We are live. Let's get it, guys. What is going on this Friday evening? What's up, Georgia and Patricia and Christy or Kirsty? I don't know if I pronounced that right from the UK. What's up? Everybody else, anyone else that's in the background lurking? What's going on? I feel like it takes like 3 minutes of being live before YouTube actually sends out notifications, is what I've noticed the last few live streams. So hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. What's up, Lonnie? This is my first stream using a new camera and a new mic, so make sure, can everybody hear and see me fine? What's up, Julia? And Lonnie from Sweden. I just want some confirmation that you can see and hear me. I don't like switching my equipment up. It makes me nervous when I'm using something for the first time. You know what I mean? What's up, Bobby? Somebody out there. Somebody tell me you can see and hear me, please. I need confirmation. What's up, Simon? Or somebody tell me, put my anxiety at ease. Yes, all good. Thank you. Thank you, Kirsty and Lonnie. Thank you. Okay, good. Like I said, it's our first time with the new camera and mic, so I was kind of nervous about it. You know what I mean? I've used the same equipment for a decade at this point, so I was kind of nervous about switching it up. So had to make sure. What's up? Michelle and Bobby, 5x5 man. What's up, Headcase, Julia and Robin and everybody else that's out there lurking? Let's go. There it comes. Now it's starting to populate. Perfect. Everybody can see and hear me. Let's go. We're working. We're up and running. That's what I want to hear. Sweet. What is up? Joshua, Teresa, Julie, Melody, Miss Lynn, Melinda. Kamehameha. Say it. Kamehameha. Ah! Now, what if it just did, huh? What if it just blasted? Then what? What's up, Dr. Dini? Right. Oh, my God. Now the chat's flying like crazy. There we go. The notifications have officially been sent out now. Thank you, YouTube. It always takes like a minute or two. But what's up, Ravy, Troy, Honda, Elizabeth, PNW, Pamela, Rita, Treasure Hunting Garcia, Tracy, Carrie, Alicia. Call me. I'm not going to say that name. Call me Waddy. Shauna, Roberto, Matt, Donna. Okay, now it's flying. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Now we're caught up. So I think we've been consistent for a month now, man. Consistent for a month. Every Friday, we like to get on here, chat, interact, answer people's questions because, like I've pointed out before, we get way too many comments on YouTube, and I try to respond to a lot of them, but as you can imagine, it's impossible to reply to everybody. So I'm like once a week, every Friday, I'll try to get on here for at least an hour or two to just sit here, answer people's questions, talk about whatever, any questions, things people might have thrown in the comment section that I couldn't get to. You know what I mean? Just remind everybody I'm a human too. Let's see. New camera is nice. Thank you. I know it. So what I noticed is the new camera is really better quality. With the new mic, I can't really tell a difference. Can you guys tell a difference? I listened to the new mic and it really sounds the same to me. So the new camera looks way crisper, but the new mic, it sounds kind of the same. What's up, Gina? What's up, Megan? It is hot today. We cleaned out 2 units that were indoor, but the AC didn't work. So it was 107 degrees in there. They had a thermostat on the wall reading 107. And I'm like, this is just awful. This is just awful. What do you think about PlayStation getting rid of discs? I mean, I'm an Xbox person, but I still think we should always keep physical discs because I just like physical discs. I'm a physical disc person, so I like collecting. Who do you got this weekend? Okay. My brain says Duplessis. My heart says Usman. I love Usman. I don't know. I've been a big fan of Usman since very early on in his career. I got to see him live when he was like on maybe his third fight, when he was on the first or second fight of the prelim. So I've been a big Usman fan for a long time. My heart says Usman. My brain says Duplessis. What's up, Dawn? What's up, Joanne? Richard, Tracy, Feline. Look at that beautiful picture. I know it's all crisp now. Let's go. You should find storage units in Minnesota. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Let's see. Because we're definitely going to do a cross country again next year. 100%. How do I get into buying storage units? The most boring story possible, but I'll tell it because it is pretty boring, really. It was just me and Amber both watched the shows growing up. And one day, as we were making dumpster diving videos on this channel first, right? We watched the shows and we were like, I wonder if anyone's doing this on YouTube, right? Because it's such a big show. And we go to YouTube and there's only one guy doing it. Storage Occupier was the only guy on the platform doing storage units. And I was like, holy crap, this is a wide open avenue with a huge proven potential. I'm going balls to the wall with it. Thank you. Have you thought about the football? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know. I can't even name a single soccer team. Like when it comes to sports outside of MMA, I'm so out of the loop. Soccer's probably the biggest one. I don't even know a player besides Ronaldo or Messi, and those are the only names I've heard of. Outside of them, I don't even know a single player. I can't even, like I said, I can't even name a team. So yeah, I don't even know who's in there. I saw some commercial that the U.S. got eliminated. I didn't even know the U.S. was there. But that's how out of it I am. Let's see. That's weird, Georgia. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, we definitely want to go down to Florida again. I just don't know when. Like I said, we definitely want to go to Florida again. It's just trying to figure out when we're going to do it because we have so much traveling already planned this year. We've already been gone for we were gone for one trip for 2 months, 3 weeks in January. We've already been gone like 3 out of 7 months this year. And then starting like the second week of August, we're going to be gone for almost another full month. So it's just hard to kind of plan everything. We're just gone a lot. Like I said, we're usually gone on average 4 months out of the year. We're on the road somewhere across America or sometimes in Canada, somewhere across North America. What's up, Queen Mother? What state are we in? We're in Virginia. I got to say, a lot of you guys in the Whatnot stream yesterday, they were in more northern states. We're talking about the smoke from the Canadian wildfires. It didn't hit us until today. When we woke up today, the smoke and air quality is terrible. It's everywhere. Like it looks like we're just sitting in a blanket of fog. It is absolutely horrible here too. So I can't imagine how bad it is in actual Canada and how much worse it is in northern United States. It's probably terrible. But yeah, it just smells like everything's on fire here now. It's been brutal. Back for another live stream. Let's go. Let's see. What about Oregon? We bought 2 storage units in Oregon this year, but we'll definitely want to go there again. I really enjoyed Sisters, Oregon. Me and Amber were talking about it the other day. Our stay in Sisters, Oregon was probably one of my favorite few days of that entire 2-month road trip. It was just beautiful there. Everything about it. All the people were nice. All the restaurants were nice, quiet mom and pop places. We got 2 units right over there in Bend. Got to go to the last Blockbuster. Everything about it was just so fun and peaceful. Most valuable item you found in a storage unit. I always get asked this question. And it's so hard to say because technically the most valuable piece is the one I haven't even sold. It was this copper artwork that a famous artist made before he passed away. And the appraisal before he died was at $25,000. And this is, years later now after he passed away. So I don't know if I'm sure it went up because he's gone now. So I bet you value-wise it's probably 25, 30K, but it's one of those things I've been putting on the back burner. I'm going to do eventually for probably 6 years now. So I think we found that in 2020. It might have been even 2019. It's been a long time, but it's been just sitting in my closet for 6 or 7 years at this point. But yeah, that's how we're at. Not here, it's not. Here, football, we're going to hit each other with pads on. Oh, man, let's see. Sports are rigged for gambling. I don't think so. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's possible. I have no idea. I've never heard that Southern, so if that's true, that's something I never heard. Oh, man. Let's see. The only reason I know those names is when I was younger, I worked at Toyota, and there was a lot of guys that worked there that were like die-hard fans. Like it's all they talk about all day long, all day is about soccer. So that's the only reason I even know a couple names. Let's see. We went to Maine last year. The whole Northeast was beautiful. Now, Grant, my favorite state in the Northeast was New Hampshire. I loved Maine too. I loved Vermont. Those 3 were my favorite, but I just loved New Hampshire. Like out in the mountains, it was so peaceful, man. There's so many states I visit to where if there was a consistent supply of storage units, I'd be gone. I love Virginia, don't get me wrong, but like if New Hampshire or Wyoming or one of those states had a consistent supply of storage units like we have here, like hundreds every month, I'd be out of here. I can't even pretend I wouldn't be. I would be gone. But Virginia is a great place to be, where we got, some privacy, a little bit countryside, and also there's like I said, 300 plus storage units to go off every single month. So, we need it. How do you get notified of the garage sale? So I put in the video the other day, the email. There's an email. A lot of you guys already emailed us. We've added a lot of people to the list. We haven't sent out a big email yet. We were going to wait until Monday because I was going to announce it again in this video. But we're sending out a video, send out an email after the video. But it is going to be a week from tomorrow. That's the plan. As long as the weather cooperates, July 25th is the plan. So that's what we're hoping for. As long as the weather cooperates. And let's just hope it's not 120 degrees too. But as long as it doesn't rain, we're running it. Come to Alaska. I definitely can't wait to go to Alaska. We're going to plan on it soon because we want to make the drive. I watched so many videos of people that do the drive from the United States through all of Canada into Alaska, and it's so beautiful. So that's definitely in our playbook in the future. Let's see. No, I've never had anyone come up to me in person. Only on the internet. Only on the internet. Northern Minnesota has some. I bet because they're so close to Canada. I saw like this. We haven't seen any of it until today. Today is horrible. We went from like 0 to just there's so much smoke that it looks like we're just in a mountain of fog in a day. That big outdoor unit, it actually had a lot of good stuff. But to be honest with you, there was a lot of trash. I would say it was 90% trash, but the 10% that wasn't trash was actually really good stuff. I'm really happy with how it turned out. That video is going to drop on Sunday, though. That's the one I'm in the process of editing right now. It was just so hot when we went to film yesterday that we didn't even want to film there. So we literally just sorted the boxes that look good and put them in one vehicle. And the boxes that were obviously garbage and trash, we loaded up in the truck and Sprinter and just took them to the dump. So now all I have are the good boxes to go through. So I got to finish filming that probably tonight or maybe tomorrow so I can release it Sunday. Yeah, the smoke is awful here. It really is. They were fun, dude. I still genuinely enjoy dumpster diving. It's really fun. It's just, obviously, when we did it, we went at like 1 a.m. I like to go when everybody's asleep so you don't awkwardly run into people. And now with Broly, obviously, we can't go at 1 a.m. because he has a somewhat normal sleep schedule. So we'll do it again. When he gets a little bit older, we're definitely going to get into it. Let's see. Yeah, it's been crazy here. It's been bad all week. Yeah, we heard, like I said, we heard a lot of people talking about it, or not heard, but read a lot of people talking about it in the Whatnot auction last night. So I know a lot of people in like Indiana area, Ohio, over there. A lot of people were talking about it. How do I seem to get a 5-figure storage unit every week? I wish I did. I wish that was reality, but it's not. So I don't really know how to answer that question. That would be cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not the case. What happens with videos are the ones that are good. They do good, right? Obviously, the better the video, the better the stuff is, the better the video performs. And those are the only ones people watch. And then they assume because that's all they've seen, that's all that existed, which is not the case. You guys that watch everything know we get some crappy ones too. Get some crappy ones for sure. Nope, have not sent out the emails yet. Have not sent them out. Let's see. Oh, whoa. Okay, my whole chat just refreshed, guys. Let me say this now too. If you put something in the chat and I don't respond to it, feel free to put it back in there a little later because sometimes when there's a lot of messages, it just refreshes itself and it goes back to the bottom. So again, just do that if I didn't answer you. I'm going to try to reply to everybody. I'll be live here for a little while. Let's see. What's up, Maggie and Brophy? Lafayette, what's up, TDK? Almost 6,000 in Florida. I know, man. I'm telling you, I look at the most expensive units in the country probably 2 or 3 times a week, and I swear about a third of them are always in Florida. They're always Florida, Texas, California, pretty much. Florida, Texas, California, where all the biggest ones are always at. It's been a lot. Still looking for someone to buy my first edition limited Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't even collect Yu-Gi-Oh. When I just sold some first edition Yu-Gi-Oh cards like a couple weeks ago when we found them in a unit. If you had a girl instead of a boy, what would her name have been? Videl. We already talked about it. We were going Dragon Ball no matter what. We were going Dragon Ball no matter what. Yeah, that unit was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm so hunting the dragon on that one, man. I'm always looking to find it again. Always, always, always. One day, right? Have you ever bought a unit in Texas? Oh, yeah. I think we bought a unit in Texas twice, I want to say. once in Mansfield, like in 2022. It was awful, by the way. And I know we bought another one there. I just don't remember where it was at. Oh, I buy so many, it kind of gets just like confusing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Why did I get blocked? You're right here. How are you blocked if I can reply to you? Favorite current UFC fighter, active only, Max Holloway. That's why I was so disappointed with the Conor McGregor fight the other night or the other weekend because I wanted to see Max win. Max is my favorite guy on the roster right now, and I was so excited for that one. I was freaking excited, but it is what it is. Injuries are a thing. What's the most you made off of a unit after selling everything? So sales or YouTube? If you're talking just sales, it would be the it's probably gonna end up being the Barbie unit once I do the numbers. That one's over, I think, over 100K. But if we're not counting that one, because we haven't sold everything yet, and I don't know the exact number yet, so I don't want to quote it yet. The one that I've actually done the research on was the sports unit we got like, I want to say 2 years ago. I think, yeah, because Broly was still little. So it was probably about 2 years ago. We paid 8,000 for it and sold like 67 or 68,000 in 2 weeks. We sold everything in 2 weeks. And really we could have did way more than that because we sold it all. We blew it all out on Whatnot. We were selling like whole flat rate boxes full of cards for like 40 bucks. I mean, a lot of them were in sleeves. There was all kinds of rookies and signed, but we blew it all out 2 weeks, $60,000 profit in 2 weeks. I'm not complaining. Could I have probably made a lot more? Yes, absolutely. But dude, I like free time more than I like money. If that makes sense. Thank you, William. Let's see where we're at. Do you ship lots to the UK? Oh yeah, we ship to the UK pretty much every auction. Pretty much every auction, we have at least a few go over there. So yeah, most definitely. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of rich people over there, man. Certain neighborhoods, especially. Let's see. Thank you. No, well, cheers to your soda. Let's see. Look so much. He was also 6'5". That's weird. Let's see. Where are we at now? There's a lot of storage with gun. There's one in Texas that is canceled like I don't even know how many times, but it has like a couple gun safes and a few gun cases. I don't know. Part of me thinks it's at first I thought it was set up, but the fact that it's like canceled now like 6 times makes me kind of wonder. But I don't know if it'll ever go off. There's any storage unit buyers know there's like those certain storage units that show up every month and cancel every month. There's a couple of them that have been doing it in our area for like over 5 years at this point. I'm like, they're late on their payment every month for 5 years. It's crazy. I think Max is going to, oh, dude, yeah. I already said, I knew that fight was going to go. I like Conor fights because they just bring the energy. I'm not a big McGregor fan. I'm a big Holloway fan. But I knew he was going to be dangerous for a few minutes, and then he was going to start to gas, and then you know what was going to happen. Max Holloway was just going to put the cardio on him and get him out of there. My guess was 3rd round TKO, maybe 4th. That was my guess. How do we get email regarding yard sale? So we put there's an email you have to send a message to, and it was in the most recent storage unit video. Let's see. Do I have anything with it right here? So if I put it in the chat, it's going to block it. Let me see for a second. Hold on. 7. I'm gonna update, not upgrade. Jeez, can I talk much? This banner really quick and put it at the bottom. So here, not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. Dang it, I forgot. I had this banner from. Let me update this really quick. Yard sale on. There we go. Let me update the banner. There it is. That's the email. Send us an email there. That's the one we respond to, or the yard sale emails get sent to, and then they get put into a program, and a program blasts all the emails once, probably once or twice before the yard sale actually takes place. Let's see, where are we at now? Would I ever buy a $100,000 storage unit, or is that 100,000 or 1 million? 100,000. It depends, or it's got to be good enough. But I mean, if it looked good enough, why not? $1 million storage unit. Now you're getting a little crazy. But 100K, if it was something crazy enough, I've been known to be a little crazy. But it'd have to be like 100% guaranteed not set up. You know what I mean? I'd have to know the whole backstory and know everything about it before I would consider spending that kind of money on a storage unit. I'd have to know everything about it. So It's possible, but very unlikely. Let's see. Yeah, that one was crazy. That Barbie unit was wild. So what I've noticed with YouTube is a lot of videos that don't do as well are the units that sell the best because it gets redundant, right? It gets repetitive. I mean, it just gets boring. Like the Barbie unit, it kind of we made it into 5 videos because it was so much stuff, but like each video progressively performed worse than the one before it, which is kind of what my fear was and what I knew was going to happen because at the end of the day, it's the same thing over and over and over and over, right? So that's how the sports unit, our best selling unit of all time, is not even in our top like 300 videos. It's not even in top. I don't know. It's probably you probably have to go down like 300-400 videos to find it. It didn't even perform nowhere near the top. But again, it was just here's some sports cards, here's some sports cards, here's some jerseys, here's some sports cards, here's some jerseys, here's some sports cards, here's some jerseys. Like it gets boring. I get it. Well, let's get a TV crew and drag this thing to the next level. No, man, no TV stuff for me. I like YouTube. I like the freedom YouTube has. I wouldn't take a TV contract for no amount of money. And trust me, there's been people that have approached us and talked to us, but it's not happening with me. It's not happening with me. I'll do it every now and then. I don't mind going to, be on a show, but I'd never be like sign a contract to be like a full-time member where I'm locked down to one area. I like to travel too much. I like having no real schedule. I like the freedom that comes with this. Would definitely be fine here in May. Yeah. Why did I get blocked on Whatnot? I don't know. We have a lot of blocked people on Whatnot. I don't know. There's a lot of blocked people on Whatnot because there's a lot of trolls on Whatnot. Thank you, Mike Spence. Well, thank you, Deb. What got you into Dragon Ball? To be honest, one time we were on like a little mini, I wouldn't even say a vacation. There's like an amusement park in Virginia called Kings Dominion, and there's a little town right next to it, Ashland, Virginia, that has a bunch of hotels. So sometimes on the weekend we would go get like one of the motel rooms and go there when I was a kid. And my cousin was there, and he was younger. He was in his 20s at the time, I think, or maybe early 30s. I don't remember. But anyway, he was a fan of it, and I was like 6 at the time, and I just started watching it. And the first episode I watched, for anyone that knows Dragon Ball, is when Frieza killed Vegeta. It's like one of the deepest and saddest moments in the whole show. So I guess my first impression was like one of the craziest moments of the entire show. So it just hooked me right in. And I was like, as soon as I left, I was like, when I get home, I'm like, I can't wait. I need to see the next one when Tanami starts. And I was hooked. That's when I was 6. Now I'm 32. That's where we're at. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your weekend. Thank you. No, so what Broly wants for Halloween is for him to be Vegeta and me to be Nappa. That's what we're doing for Halloween. I don't know why Vegeta and Nappa, but that's what his plan is. So that's what we're doing. I've already reached out. Got the guy that was in our live stream last time. We've already been talking on Instagram. I'm getting custom Nappa armor made from scratch just so I can be Nappa on Halloween for Broly. He's gonna be Vegeta. So that's the plan. Let's see. Did you sell the ring? Yeah, we did sell that ring. I forgot what it sold for, but we did sell it. What is the most valuable piece of jewelry you found? I mean, I found an 18 karat gold necklace that scrap value was like 3.6K, but we didn't sell it. I just threw it in a safe. But somebody, this wasn't out of a storage unit though. So like when we do jewelry sales and whatnot, we have like a guy that does estates and they'll save the jewelry they find for us because they sell furniture, right? And we'll sell the jewelry and whatnot as unsearched bags. Somebody found a $5,000 18K bracelet in one of those, but that wasn't a storage unit. That was from the estate. But the best one I remember finding was the necklace that was like 3-some thousand scrap. Granted, that was also when gold was right under 5,000. Now it's under 4K, right? So it's done dropped a lot. So it's probably not worth that much anymore. Let's see. Yeah, dude, it's like that because a lot of the really big units that have a lot of value are repetitive. And from like an entertainment aspect, I get it. You know what I mean? I don't want to see the same thing over and over again. Like our best performing videos are not even like the best units whatsoever. It's the ones that are kind of just all over the place. Those are the ones people enjoy the most because you don't know what's coming. When you know what's coming, it gets kind of repetitive. It gets kind of boring. I get it. I mean, I really do. I'm not saying it as a way to like tell people you need to be watching them because it's boring. It gets boring. I get it. I try my best to make it entertaining, but it's hard. Would I buy a unit if it was all wrestling or UFC? All wrestling? Probably not, because WWE is one of those weird things to where I always get asked if I have wrestling stuff. Like it's probably one of the most commonly asked questions if I have wrestling or WWE. But every time I have it, it never sells. Like we sell WWE stuff for like 5-10% of its value. It goes so cheap. So I mean, if it was UFC stuff, heck yeah, because I'm a diehard fan and I'd probably keep a lot of it. I've been a huge UFC fan since Matt Hughes slammed Carlos Newton unconscious. That was my first intro to MMA, and since then I've been hooked. I was a kid. Been absolutely hooked since then. On MMA commenting? No. I mean, I don't, no offense to other commenters out there that do MMA or comment on sports, but to me, I don't want to hear somebody talk about the sport that doesn't actually get the sport. Like my favorite commentators, besides Joe Rogan's an exception. I like when DC's on the mic. I like when Dominic Cruz is on the mic. I like when Bisping's on the mic. I like when the guys that have actually been in there are on the mic. You know what I mean? I just trust them more. I like their opinions because they've actually experienced this. And me being some random guy that's never gotten a cage fight, I'm like, I don't want to hear myself talk about it. I want to listen to the guys that have actually been in there and done it. Yeah. Let's see. My son loves Halloween. Nice, Nick. Let's see. I'm fine. What? What are you talking about? Was the Rolex real? No, that Rolex was fake. That Rolex was fake. Can't wait to see you in the custom armor. So we're going to pick it up in Texas when we go to the Dragon Ball convention in August because the guy that's making it's also going to the convention. So, yeah, we're going there. That's when we're picking it up. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I'm going to get a muscle suit and everything. I'm going to get the big arms. I'm going to put it on under the armor. I'm going to get a bald cap. I'm going all in, man. I'm going all in. I'm going to be a real life Napa. Do you ever do free shipping? No, we never do free shipping and whatnot. That's the only reason I start stuff at $1. Because half the stuff we have will be selling for like, sometimes they'll sell for like $5 or $6 and it costs $9 to ship. So I don't want to be paying people to pack stuff up away to lose money. You know what I mean? If I charge shipping, at least I can start at $1. Worst case scenario is if it sells for $1, we still get like 50 cents after fees, whatever. I'm not negative. Let's see. Do you keep all the Dragon Ball Z stuff I find? Not usually because it's very rare that I ever find anything that I don't have. So it's hard. Now Broly keeps a lot of it because he's super into it. You ever find anything more about the unit that got stolen from you? Nothing. They never reached out to us, never called, never replied to any more texts. I think somebody saw the video because they didn't reply back no more. So, it's just sketchiness. Are we selling? No, we're not selling nothing today. Whatnot, or Friday, we don't do no sales. Usually just Monday through Thursday. Let's see. How'd you like hanging out with the Castle Storage Wars? Dude, it was actually a lot of fun. It really was. Especially at the beginning, it was a little nerve-wracking because it's like somebody that I've actually watched for a long time. But after we got to like talk with everybody for a few minutes, it was just chill. Because everybody is like their self in real life, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of TV shows, when people meet the people that are on them, it's like they put on a whole persona on TV, they're somebody else. But now everyone we talk to in person, they were the exact, like we went out to lunch with all of them too. They're the exact same people, real life, that they are on TV. So that makes it a lot easier because you feel like you already know them. Oh yeah, the Shenron Lego sets, I'm getting them the day they drop. I'm getting 2. I'm getting 1 to keep sealed and 1 we're going to actually try to put together, which is going to be painful. But we're going to try. We're going to try. Let's see. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, Joe Rogan may not have fought MMA, but he's done a lot. I know he's done a lot, so he counts. Let's see. Where are we at? Yeah. I've been watching all your videos for years. Thank you. When will you do another Jebus versus Amber storage unit battle? Funny you asked that because we actually filmed that today. That'll drop on Wednesday next week. We filmed one today, and I'll tell you the little secret. One of the units were awful, and one of them were amazing. I'm not going to tell you whose is what. You just got to wait till you see the video. Let's see. How do I find out when you're on Whatnot? Well, if you go to our Whatnot page, you can bookmark the shows. But when we're home, it's pretty consistently Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Pacific time. If we're on the road now, listen for the videos because it can be the most random. It could be Saturday at 2. You know what I mean? It's all over the place when we're on the road because we got to base it off of what we come across and what kind of house we can, rent at the moment. So it just depends. When we're at home, we're pretty consistent. Do I have a regular 9 to 5? Heck no. No way. Nope, man. I was the type of guy, I couldn't do it. I tried. I mean, I never really wanted to, but obviously when I was young, I didn't really have a choice because I didn't have a business working yet. I worked so many normal jobs and I was miserable. I always say I'm a great business owner. I'm a terrible employee. I'm horrible. At the moment anybody on this planet thinks that they get to tell me what I can and can't do, dude, I'm done. I'm checked out so fast. I can't work under people whatsoever. I have a bad mouth. I have a really bad mouth. You really want to know, Bonnie? We didn't do it in the rent reset did again. So I paid for another month's rent. We're going to hire junk removal, dang it, before we go on this trip. Because, yeah, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of paying for it every month. That unit's going to end up costing me like $3,000 when it's all said and done. It's still sitting there. It's still sitting there. Let's see. Have I found Elvis stuff? Yeah, we find Elvis stuff pretty commonly. Nothing rare, but I mean like random old records, random figurines, random books, things like that. We find a lot of it, and we always put it up on Whatnot. Hey, oh, wrong click. Thank you, and I love your profile picture, by the way. Dragon Ball fans unite. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we try to go back and forth sometimes, but like to be honest with you, like I feel like recently, I mean, our videos have actually been doing really good. So I guess I'm just my own worst critic. But to me, I feel like recently the energy feels low, and I know what it is. It's the heat, dude. It's just unbearable recently. It's been so horrible these last couple of weeks. Like I feel like I can't be myself because as soon as you get out of the vehicle, you're just like sweating up a storm. And after you start moving boxes for 10 minutes, it's just like you feel like you're in the Sahara. It's just awful. Awful, awful, awful. Let's see. Where are we at? What's up, Lucinda? Beat me now. Following you for 3 years. Let's go. Let's get it. Yeah, see, I bought one of these one time at Ross because I seen it there and I was like, let's try it. The issue is it makes the audio on the mic is terrible. So it's just we can't do it. It makes the audio just horrendous. You can barely understand what I'm saying. It sounds like a robot. That's the only reason I didn't do it. But yeah, I did try it one time because it gets so bad. But it makes the video quality too horrible. So I'll just deal with it, go home, take a shower, and sit in the AC. Our house is like ice cold, man. So it is ice cold in here. Let's see. Do I keep the war things I find? Not really. We really don't keep much. We sell everything. We just get rid of everything. We sell it all. Sell, sell, sell. You don't have a bad mouth. No, I mean, we got to know our strengths and weaknesses, Ronald. And I could tell you, yes, I really do. I have a bad temper with people. But you are right. That's usually what causes it. That's usually what causes it. But I definitely know my strengths and weaknesses. I have a short fuse and I have a bad mouth. But it's like, as long as it's working, whatever we're doing is running smoothly, I'm okay. But my problem with I was working under people, it's like I see ways to, whatever the task at hand is, I see ways to do it so much more efficiently and just so much easier. And they just don't want to do it that way. They want to do it this stupid, slower way. And then I just get annoyed. That's why I just like to be the one running, because I'm like, if I see a more efficient and smarter way to do it, I can just do it. You know what I mean? I hate doing it other people that just stuck in like an old way of doing it. I got super mad. I have no idea how I didn't get fired from Toyota. I was an a-hole. Yeah, it is horrible here today, especially because it's really hot and the smoke from the air quality. Today's a purple, like the warning system or whatever. Usually red means really bad. Apparently purple is above that, and that's what we got here. And it's just awful. Hey, let's go. Let's see. I bet you though, with a microphone, you're gonna notice it. Like just talking, like if we're just cleaning it out, we're just moving stuff. I agree with you, but I bet you the mic's gonna pick it up. It's really sensitive. It really is. I bet you it would pick it up. I mean, I'd be willing to try it, to be honest with you, but I bet you it would pick it up. Did you ever watch Bully Beat? Oh my gosh, dude. I not only watched that show, I was obsessed with that show. That was one of my favorite shows on TV at the time. I've seen every single episode of it probably 50 times. It's crazy. I love that show because it was like combining two of my passions into one. MMA combined with douchebags getting what they deserve. I loved that show. It's kind of sad what happened to Mayhem after all that, right? Because he kind of went crazy and lost it. But Mayhem was awesome. Favorite pea shooter you have found that I found? The M1 Garand in World War II. Even I've still never fired it to this day, but it was just super, super crisp, like perfect condition. Serial number on it. Again, I could see when it was manufactured. It was right in the middle of World War II. Had the issue bag with it, the bayonet with it. Beautiful, man. It's on my wall, but I don't think I'll ever fire it. Do you think Super Boo with Go On Absorb is stronger than Kid Boo? Yeah, I do. I think so. But Kid Boo's just cooler. I don't know, because he's just more wild. Kid Boo is one of my favorite characters. Thank you, Dave. Kid Buu was my guy on the old games, man. Like the old Budokai Tenkaichi games. Ooh, if I had Kid Buu on Tenkaichi 3, I was wrecking people with these combos. Let's see. Of course, Pat. I don't do it on YouTube. I don't. Sometimes I accidentally slip up when I'm live because I can't edit it. But I try to, even when I'm live, to stay calm. I try my best. Hey, has it been that? No, maybe weekly dumpster. We did it every now and then back then. But around like the 40, 50, no, I think what dumpster diving got us to like 30,000 when we actually started doing storage units for the first time. But yeah, all the growth from like 30 to 100K was all storage unit based. So we're still trying to do dumpster diving every now and then. But also it's where we live, because we lived back then. We lived with my mom, and she lived in Northern Virginia, which is where I was born and raised. Dude, like up there, it's so populated. I could go to 10 Game Stops within like a 30-mile drive. It was crazy. Could hit 10 Game Stops, 5 or 6 Five Belows, 3 or 4 CVSs, and not have to drive more than like 40 miles total. So it was just different. Now that we're out a little bit more in the country, it's more, you have to drive towards the city, which I'd rather not. But yeah. Did you hear that Harry Tornado is having it? I'm guessing it's autocorrect. No, I didn't. I don't follow a lot of resellers, but that's awesome. Congrats to them, dude. Congrats to them. That's cool. That is cool. Let's see. A middle son is in PA's mother. Yeah, the air quality is terrible. You watch any other animes or drag nowadays? No, not anymore. When I was younger, I watched a little bit of other stuff. Nothing ever stuck with me. I watched basically the stuff that came on Adult Swim and Toonami at night. Like a little bit of Naruto, a little bit of Inuyasha, a little bit of, gosh, what? Of course, like if you count Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, but most people don't. Not a whole lot. None of them ever really stuck with me. I don't know what it was about Dragon Ball that was just like instantly like obsessive. The moment I watched it for like 10 minutes, I was just obsessed with it. And I was like, maybe this will go away. And now I'm 32. And I'm like, nope, it hasn't gone away. I feel the same way now when I was 6 years old. Boom. Let's see. Yeah, see, the problem in our area, like I follow our local police departments, on Facebook page, and they were posting today that they've been getting an insane amount of 911 calls because people, I guess they don't, watch the news or realize what's happening, but they're convinced that something around here is on fire. So they've been getting blown up from people calling 911 in our area because they think somewhere is on fire over here. And it's like, no, it's not here. It's just huge fire. It's just giant. Have a good day. Watching my TV out. Sorry about the phone. Throw that away. Boom. Do you have nightmares about tape boxes you can't get open? I do every day. No. Every single day. Thank you, Randy. The new Ghost in the Shell is a hard watch. What is the new Ghost in the Shell? What do you mean, Relics? What do I not know? See you, Charles. Whenever you buy a unit, I get a little nervous. Oh, we are good, but I appreciate that. I appreciate the care, but no, we're really good. But it's gonna happen. Like if you're buying storage units for real, you're gonna get bad ones. You know what I mean? You can't not get bad ones unless you're just taking no risk. And at that point, what fun is it? You got to take a little bit of risk, right? And you got to expect sometimes to get burned. That's part of the business. What do people here think about Lenovo computers? They're fine. I'm not a super good in hardware. See, I literally went to school for computer science, but it was obviously focused on like coding and software. So when it comes to hardware, I'm kind of clueless. So I'm not really a good guy to ask. But as far as I know, cool. Let's see. Yeah, dude, it's been crazy. Oh yeah, y'all are actually up there too. All right. Yeah, it's been wild here, even in Virginia. Said we're like, I think the closest the we can get to the Canadian border is still like an 11-hour drive for us, and it's still been horrible here. Can you sell a gun or whatnot? No, you can't. Definitely not. If you find a family living in a storage unit, they'd be yours. Technically, no, I doubt it. That would be an awkward situation, huh? I'll never forget the one time when we were at a live. This was back in like I want to say 2018, maybe 2019. The live auction. It was pre-COVID when pretty much everyone was still live, and there was like we were walking, following the auctioneer guy around, and there was one unit that was obviously not locked, and it was held shut with like a bungee. So the guy he was actually the district manager. So public storage back then, the district manager was the one that did the auctions. He just pulled it open. Then instantly the guy was in there just sitting in there and just started cussing him out because he didn't know who he was. It was so awkward. At first I felt bad for him, but then he was being such an a-hole that I was like, you know what? You kind of deserve to get caught. But yeah, it was fun auction experience. Fun auction experience. Let's see. I don't know if this is still live. It's still live. It is. Let's see. Where are we at? You should wear gloves. I get that all the time, I know, but I'm probably seriously never gonna. Hello from Alabama or Albania. Sorry, man. Love the content. Thank you. I know I should, but I just don't. What's up, Kendall? Pacific Picker. Thank you. So there is websites depending on your state where you can like in VA, there was a site called VA Gun Trader where you can actually, meet other people in the state just peer to peer. But I mean, you can't like ship it as far as I know, unless it's an actual dealer. Do I ship to UK? Yeah, we do ship to the UK. And I think the only t-shirt sizes we have left are small and medium. Small and medium are left. A lot of smalls and a few medium. Let's see. Oh wow. I've seen videos of that too, people who live in storage units. Huh. What's the coolest horror movie merchandise you ever found? I don't know. I never found like a whole lot. I did find a unit it was pretty recent actually. It was a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago at this point. I don't know. But they had like a lot of Michael Myers figures. But other than that, like it's not too common. They had a Michael Myers Funko from H2O, and then they had a bunch of the figures. But other than that, it's not too common, man. I know actually one of the coolest things, it wasn't actually my unit. It was the unit that Early Bird Pickers bought that we went and filmed with them, the really big one. They had a Jason Voorhees mask signed by the actor, which was pretty sick. So that was probably the coolest thing I've seen horror movie wise. When is your next road trip? We are leaving, I think, August 11th or August 12th and coming back the first or second week in September. So almost a month. First step is go to Georgia, Macon, Georgia. We're going to go see the Wiggles with Broly. And then we're going from Macon, Georgia down to San Antonio, Texas for a Comic-Con, which is basically a huge Comic-Con, but it's only Dragon Ball. So it's super cool. And then we're going to go back from Texas up into North Carolina and go to the Outer Banks for a week. And then we'll go back home. Let's see. Yeah, it happens a lot. Who's the person that moderates the sale on what? What do you mean moderates the sale? Like our moderators in the chat? You're talking about the moderators in the chat. They're just friends of ours. You're talking about like who's actually doing the processing and stuff like that. That's, of course, the Whatnot itself. What's up, Betty in West Virginia? Coolest gun I found. Again, I'm going to say the same thing. M1 Garand, dude. M1 Garand, World War II issue. Almost brand spanking new with the bayonet in the original bag and everything. What's up, Paul? Oh my gosh, yeah. So what's weird about this is like usually this is a big thing in tax time. Like I'd say March, April, maybe part of May, and then it kind of starts to die off in June. But this year, I've literally been saying the same thing on our second channel. I don't know what's happening. It's like every week. I'd say like 75, 80% of them end up getting canceled for some reason or another. It's definitely way, way more than usual. I've been saying the same thing. I don't even know. I can't. It's so hard to even plan a schedule anymore because 80% of them are going to get canceled. But yeah, it's definitely more than usual. I bought a unit out in the country, won it for $50, got some great stuff. Hey, nice, nice, nice. So close to me. Is that close? I don't even know. How far is isn't San Antonio kind of more southern Texas? I'm not familiar with everything in Texas. Are you gonna have any Jebus bobbleheads in the future? Hey, maybe I'll look a way to get them made. That would be sick. That would be sick. Yeah, it's in San Antonio, Texas this year. I'm super excited. And Chris Sabbath's actually going to be here this time. Last time I went, it was in New Jersey, and Chris Sabbath wasn't there. So I'm sad. I didn't get to meet Chris Sabbath. So I'm definitely going to get a few things signed by Sabbath this time. Still no Schemmel. We still didn't, as far as I know, they still haven't gotten Sean Schemmel. So we'll see. Crawley will enjoy the Wiggles. Oh, I'm sure he will. Let's see. When you travel to different states, do you rent a U-Haul? No, we take our Sprinter van. We have a big, 15-passenger high-roof Sprinter van. We take the last 3 rows out of the back of the van. So all we have is the front, the driver's seat, passenger seat, and 1 bench for everybody else. And then we have like a big wooden thing. So basically we're going to get like a partition built into it. But then we were like, 1, it takes them months apparently to get the parts and do it. And I didn't have the patience for it. 2, they wanted like $7,000 to do it. And 3, then it would be permanent. So instead we got like a giant piece of plywood. David made it and put hinges on it so it can swing basically. So we can put it up against the seat and swing it over. That cost less than $100, and it was done in a day. So, yeah, I'm still a cheapie. I had not last week, but I think the week before, I had 11 cancellations that week. But yeah, I don't know what it is recently. I just joined. What's a little Goku statue in the ground? It's a little bootleg statue of Goku when he catches Nappa after the Kaioken attack that our son plays with. It's like a really bad bootleg that won't stay together. So he just plays with it back there. Nice. Hopefully I get to meet a lot of people there. Definitely a lot of people from our Dragon Ball channel. I know there's quite a few people that were there in New Jersey last time. I think the Texas one's going to be even bigger. So I'm excited. Let's see. Yeah, well, for us, from Virginia, from where we're at to San Antonio is about a 24.5-hour drive. So a little over a day total. But like I said, we do it over like a period of time. We don't drive more than 4 or 5 hours in a day. 4 hours max. Let's see. San Antonio's West Texas. Is it? That's probably why it's so far. Luxury van. Yeah, it's really nice. It really is. I'm glad we bought it. How many years did you buy units for? You invested and bought the Sprinter van? So when we first started buying units in 2018, all we had was my mom's old Camry. I didn't even have a vehicle of my own yet at the time. I was literally driving my mom's old Camry. That's all we had. So we could only buy 5x5s. And then we bought the pickup truck we have in 2020. And that was just a Ford. It's just a Ford F-150. We still run it, but long bed. And then we got a cap put on it later on so that it can basically be a van on its own. But then once we realized, at the time, obviously, we didn't have anyone working with us and we didn't have a son. So then we were like, you know what? We need to be able to go on road trips where all of us can fit in one vehicle and have the stuff in there with us. And we don't really want a trailer because when we travel across the country, like if you've never been through some of those really mountainous states, you don't want to be driving a truck and trailer up around those things, especially around like the Colorado, Wyoming area. You really don't want to be driving a trailer. Or at least we didn't. So we went with the van instead. We actually rented. So we bought the van this year. So I guess to answer your question, 8 years before we bought it. But yeah, we bought it earlier this year. Things that don't sell and explain them. There's not much, man. I'm not a stuff person. I like guns and I like Dragon Ball, and we keep candles. That's like really it, man. We really don't keep much else. We really don't. Like our dining room table came from a storage unit, but we really don't keep much. A lot of people say, like in our comments, that if they bought storage units, they would make them into a hoarder. I'm telling you, for us, it made us into an anti-hoarder where I just want to get rid of everything. And other people in the chat that buy storage units themselves, you can chime in on this. What did it do to you? Because to me, like when you see so much stuff all the time, I feel like it makes you just want to get rid of everything. Just everything just go away. That's how I feel. Hey, thank you, Richard. That was so funny. Those pizza cutters. That was one of the out of all the things I could have sold 1,100. We sold 1,100 pizza cutters in a month. 1,100. Why? Why pizza cutters? You know what I mean? Like, it's just the most random thing to have ever sold that many of. How many people on earth can say they sold 1,100 pizza cutters? Not many. Let's see. Ever come to Illinois? We passed through it. We don't usually stay in Illinois. We usually end up passing through it. But I've been through it. I think we stayed one day this year on the road trip. What's up, Jackie? What's up, Mako? Late to the party. Well, at least you're here, Teresa. Are you gonna see? Is he near San Antonio? I know he's Texas. I just didn't know where. Let's see. Get your wife on there. She's with Broly. Yeah, that too. Well, I mean, the Sprinter vans are diesel, so gas is already through the roof. So, especially when we went cross country, like when we were in California, there were certain gas stations where diesel gas was like $8 a gallon, and that thing it was like costing us close to $200. It was a lot. Let's see. That's all good. Thanks for watching them. Let's see. I can't exactly. That's how I am. Just want it gone. Just want it gone. How do you have doing good, doing good. And thank you for watching, Andrew. Where did you get your chair? This? Actually, yeah, Ewin Gaming. So like I want to say this was during COVID when we were living in California. They reached out and said, would you want to do a video for us if we send you free chairs? And I was like, sure, why not? So we got my red one, and this is Amber's blue one. But I finally, like 2 weeks ago, broke my red one. So now it lasted 6 years. 6 years. Then I finally broke it. Hi, Colin. Sell everything. My kids get so mad. Dude, I'm like that too. I want everything just gone. How long did we stay? We stayed in California for a year. What prompted us to move there? Well, there's a few things, to be honest with you. One, it was in 2019, we did the big collab. I don't know how many of you guys have been watching us for this long, but we did the big collab video where like all the storage unit channels met up. And since so many of them were based in California, that's just where we agreed to meet up and do it. And it was just like mind-boggling to me living there, being there for that week, that there was auctions every day. Every day you can go find a new storage unit auction. And I was just like, my brain was just seeing dollar signs. I was like, oh my gosh, you know how many videos I could make if I went to California? So it was that combined with one, honestly, this is the first time in my life I was ever starting to make actually good money. And I hated the area I'm from. I hate Northern Virginia. I'm from Northern Virginia. And I hated it there, and I really wanted to get as far away from there as I possibly could. That's how I felt at the time. I was born and raised in Alexandria, right outside of DC, and I hate it with a fiery passion. Hate it so much. So I wanted to get as far away from there as I could, and I just saw the potential. And of course, right when we go there at the end of 2019, and what happens like a few months later? COVID shuts down everything. We couldn't have timed that any better, could we? I still love visiting, but I would never live there. No, I like to go there at least, once a year, stay out there for a couple of weeks. I still love it. It's just not for me to actually live. Go get some pizza, man. Oh man. Baltimore, dude, every time I've gone to Baltimore, I've had some crazy experience. Like I said, I try to avoid the major cities. I really do. And I mean, I grew up right outside of DC. So like I grew up going up there a lot, especially like one year in particular when I was in 3rd grade. So my dad worked at Toyota as well, and his boss was a huge baseball fan. He had like season tickets. He owned the Toyota business, right? He was rich. And he got season tickets to the Orioles. And one summer he had to have surgery, so he couldn't leave the house for like 2 months. So he gave my dad the Orioles season tickets. So pretty much like 3 to 4 times a week, we were going to Orioles Stadium in Baltimore, which is such a crazy fun experience now that I look back at it now. It's such good memories, man. But yeah, I've been to Baltimore so many times. It's insane. Let's see. What is up? About 3 or 4 pizza cutters. Let's go. Last one signed. Let's get it. Did you enjoy Storage Wars? I did. I always love that show. I know a lot of like social media creators aren't fans of the TV shows, but I would be lying through my teeth if I said I didn't actually love the TV shows. That's the whole reason. One of the big reasons I wanted to even look this up to begin with. If I didn't watch Storage Wars or Auction Hunters, I would have never went on to YouTube to see if anybody was doing this, and I never would have did it to begin with. So I love them, and I love going out there to actually do it too, like interacting with them and seeing how they do it. I love it. You know, to this day, I can't find those Dyma blind boxes anymore. I still never found the Goku with the power pole ever, ever, man. And we just put out a video last week on that channel, but I wanted to, a lot of people have been asking to do one of the bootleg ones because I don't know why they perform so well. I really don't. So I ordered a bunch of stuff. I'm just waiting for it to come in because you know when you order from those bootleg sites, who the heck knows where it's coming from? So I was waiting for that to come in. And then also we've been every time we go out and shop, we film a clip of it. So eventually I can, build a compilation long enough to make it into a full-length video. That's the plan. So I don't know when, not tomorrow, unfortunately, but maybe if next week, if the rest of the bootlegs come in, I can make the bootleg video at least. You ever worry about bringing bugs into your home, bed bugs? No, I really don't, because most of the, like, if anything's really dirty, we won't even take it home. We'll just put it in our truck. It'll go straight from there to the dump. If it looks like it's really gross, it's going to go straight to the dump. And even when it does come home, it either goes in our shed or our garage. Nothing really comes into the house unless it's going up for whatnot. And if it's going up for whatnot, we've already, looked at it. It's clean. Let's see. Dude, yeah, I get it. Northern, like the whole DMV area is crazy. Like the crowds there, the traffic there, and the congestion is, it's awful. It is so awful. Like I said, I've traveled this country so many times. I've been to New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Francisco, everywhere. Nowhere bothers me more driving than like the DC DMV area. Nowhere. It's just unbearable. And actually, if you look up the record for the worst traffic stretch in the entire United States, everyone's going to think it's LA. No, it's from Stafford, Virginia to DC on I-95. That's what it is. And if you haven't experienced it, don't judge it. It's horrible. It is just horrible. No, I agree with you, Cheryl. My whole family has been born and raised in DC. We're the first generation, and as far back as I can find, that left the area. My mom was born and raised there. My grandparents were born and raised there. My grandparents were raised there. I mean, it sucks, but yeah, the whole DMV area is just definitely not for me no more. Yeah, I saw. Were you the one that left that comment on the Jebus family the other day? I saw that, and I literally looked into it. I was trying to see how much it would cost to get a custom-made stamp. So I might actually end up doing that. Let's see. Have I ever bought something back with you that made odd things happen? You talking about like haunted or something? Not that I've ever noticed. Not that I've ever noticed, but who knows, man? Who knows? What location was the most sketchiest place you purchased a storage unit from? I mean, recently, I'm going to say the public storage in Woodbridge, because when I got there, somehow their lock was still in the door, but the whole unit had been robbed. So explain that one to me. Obviously, somebody had stolen it. And the other time I got set up on a unit that I bought like a stage one for over $4,000, that was in Maryland. So I just don't have good experience in the DMV area. I really don't. It was where we got it was our original stomping grounds. It was where I was born and raised, and I appreciate the memories, but no thank you. I'm done. I'm out. I don't want to go back. I really don't. Spoken with Barry Weiss 10 years ago. Nice. Nice. What's up, Esperin? Hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, I know. They are our best performing videos constantly, and I don't know why. Like consistently, not constantly, because our top videos are a couple of the shopping ones, but like they're hit or miss. I don't know what it is. Like when we go out film, like going to different stores, some of them really hit and take off, and some of them suck. But the bootleg ones, pretty much every one I've uploaded has done great. It's weird. They're really consistent. Let's see. Start a channel soon. Let's go. Start a channel as early as you can. That's what I tell everybody. Start a channel as early as you can. Thank you, Daryl. That's such a hard question here to answer, because it's like there's so many different ways to describe crazy. Are you talking crazy as in gross? Crazy as in, holy crap, it's valuable? Or, oh my God, that's hard. If you're talking gross, like just horrible, it would still definitely be the unit we bought back in Maryland with the dead turtle. Somebody had stored their turtle in its aquarium, and it died in there, and it was like covered in its own crap. It was horrible. If you're talking just like shocking value, I mean, the sports unit we sold almost 70,000 out of, but the biggest shocker to me still probably is not even like super big money, or still a big score, but not super, was the unit I bought that had 3 totes in it. And in one of those totes was like a bag with a bunch of gold jewelry that was over $7,000 in scrap. That one was just like, because usually those units I buy with almost nothing in it. Like I'm pretty much just buying that to make a video. But I'm going to be real honest with you here. Most of the time they're going to be horrible. Most of the time they are horrible. So that's what I was expecting with that one, right? There was 3 totes in it. I was expecting it to be horrible. And there's $7,000 in gold in a sock. And I'm like, this is why you just never know. This is exactly why you never know right here. But I can say my hit ratio on those little units that are, mostly empty is probably one good one for every 40 or 50 of them I buy. Usually they're horrible. Usually they're just leftover junk from behind that nobody wanted to take with them. So I don't recommend buying them unless you're making videos out of them that you can then make money from. So wouldn't recommend it. Let's see. Better from Storage Wars. Thank you. Have you ever bought a unit in Mississippi? Yes, we bought 1 unit in Mississippi, and it was actually really cool. So like in 2020, let me try to get my dates right. It was either 22 or 23. I don't remember. Me and Amber flew to LA for a YouTuber vid summit thing where it's basically a big conference where a bunch of YouTubers come together and, discuss strategies, things like that. And they get like the big YouTubers to do things on stage, like where they have basically PowerPoints of different strategies they've used. It was really cool. Like we got to listen to Mr. Beast talk, Ryan Trahan, all the big guys. And it was actually Ryan Trahan's speech that inspired us to do it. That was after he did the Penny series where they donated all the money to Feeding America. They're like, you got to find a way to kind of do good within your niche. I was like, how do we do that? And that's when we did the traveling across the country and buying a unit in every state we went, selling everything as we go, and then all the money going to St. Jude was the end goal. It was a 10-video series we did. Well, yes, one of them was in Mississippi. That took me on a tangent. One of them was in Mississippi, and it was actually the best unit of the entire trip was the one in Mississippi. There was like 40 brand new bags in there, a bunch of toys, a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Let's see. Yes, they will, Michelle. Ever thought, even though, oh, that's a big one. Ours is, I think, 10 by 20. How much money did the setup lose for you? So again, like it's hard to say because we have the content side of things, which is abnormal. The setup unit, like if I didn't have YouTube, I would have been out. I paid about, I think, $4,100 after fees. And there was a Sega Genesis and a couple things in there. There might have been $200 worth of actual value in there. So I would have lost $3,900 on it. But the video blew up. It went crazy. The video, I think, has made, to this day, over $20,000. So at the end of the day, it was actually a profitable buy, but only because of YouTube. If I was solely relying on the sales, I would have been out almost $4,000, which would have blew, man. But it is what it is. That's the risk we're taking. I did hear about that. That's actually so sad. I heard about that weirdly because it was the week before we were planning to go film with them. It was really weird timing. That was the first time we'd ever communicated with anybody from the show. First time we had ever talked with any of the producers, anything like that. And then that happened like the week before. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Let's see. Where are we at? Love from Iran. Gold in the sock is your wow factor, dude. It was crazy. And what made it so much more satisfying is if you guys didn't know, on Facebook, there's a group about buying and selling storage units. And somebody the day before had posted a picture of it in there because it was 3 totes. And I paid like, I want to say $300 some for it, a stupid amount. But basically that facility had 3 units going off on the same day, same time. We already were planning on winning the other 2. So I was like, I'm just going to get this other one just to get it because we might as well buy them all while we're here. And literally people were posting about it on there. They're like, what is up with people being so stupid, spending this much money on these dumb units? And I was like, I screenshotted the auction page that said you won. And I was like, yeah, who would do that? And then it came back the next day and I was like, well, 7K in gold says it was probably worth it. Let's go. I love the Bearded Thrift Machine. Yeah, we never met them. We never filmed a video with them before. We never have. Your little boy's getting a masterclass in business. That's what I want to do. Do you think he's going to be working side by side with you? I mean, I hope he wants to do something. I just want him to do something that's his. You know what I mean? I don't care what he goes into. I just want him to do something that's his. That's my biggest thing I could pass on. If he wants to follow in our footsteps and do what we do, cool. If he wants to do something completely different, I'm down for whatever makes you happy, but just make something yours. You know what I mean? Just make it yourself. Don't work under somebody else. Just make your own thing. Let's see. Yeah, that cash one. That'll be, like I said, that'll be something I will be chasing the dragon for forever. Forever. Yeah, I see. The thing is, like, I'm well aware that you're right. We do get rid. We put a lot of high end stuff in the yard sale, but the problem with the glass is, one, we sell everything on Whatnot. You don't get retail on Whatnot most of the time, and two, the amount of time it takes to pack it is insane. Like last night, we didn't finish packing the shows until after midnight, so it was a really long packing night. And three, the amount of supplies you have to use that you don't usually have to use. Like you have to use 3 or 4 times as much bubble wrap, as many pay as much paper, and some of the really fragile stuff. You got a double box, or you're using 2 times as many boxes. It's just it takes a lot more time and money to sell glass. That's the main reason I don't like to mess with it most of the time. Do you plan on using your success to venture into other dream fields of business? Honestly, no, dude. I'm still hungry. I want 10 million subscribers. That's my ultimate goal now, which I don't even know is possible, but I'm going to try. Dude, YouTube being successful has been my goal since I was a teenager. Like being able to do this full time, not work under anybody, be able to travel with my family whenever I want to, go wherever I want, and go to sleep whenever I want, wake up whenever I want. That was my ultimate goal. Everyone talks about like money, like they want to get this house, they want to get this boat, they want to get this brand. Nah, not for me. I just wanted the freedom that came with it. I just wanted to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm rocking, like I said, this shirt came from Burlington. It was on sale for $4. These shorts came out of a storage unit 8 years ago. Like, for me, it's just about the freedom. I'm not trying to impress people. No offense. You know what I mean? I don't think I will. I think I just want to keep growing YouTube. Maybe if I get another YouTube channel idea, that's a possibility in the future. Like I really enjoy podcasting, for example. I really enjoy being on podcasts. I really, really do. So I've always thought about it, but it's just, time. We spend a lot of time editing videos. I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I feel like I can trust somebody else to edit my videos for me. I don't know if I'll ever get there. Maybe one day, but it's so hard when you've taken something from literally nothing and grown it into something so big. It's so hard to give up any bit of control. It's so hard mentally. And I don't trust nobody else to do it yet. Maybe one day, like I said, maybe one day, but I don't know. Let's see. Well, thank you, Beverly. Let's see. Yeah, and a lot of them look really good too. Like sometimes you get really crappy ones like this one right here that don't even stay together, but a lot of them actually look really, really good. And they'll what I like about them is they'll make characters and scenes that the officials don't make. Like the official ones will drop 85% just Goku and Vegeta in different hand poses. I want like Kui. You know what I mean? I want the random character. I want Zarbon. I want Kui. I want Nappa. I want Raditz. I want a Cyberman. I want the random side characters too. I have enough Gokus and Vegetas. I want the random side characters. And I get from their side, like they don't want to sell a product that most of the fan base isn't going to be, because I'm sure most of the fan base are casual viewers, right? They're not going to be interested in all the side characters. So I get why they do what they do. But as a hardcore fan, I want all the characters. Favorite weapon. Again, M1 Garand, dude. Nothing's touching that M1 Garand. Nothing. That's one of the coolest things. In my opinion, probably my number one coolest thing I've ever found and actually kept from a storage unit is that M1 Garand. Thank you, Ron. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Start a Broly fund. What's a Broly fund? Broly already gets, he has a good salary, but I don't put anything in a bank account for him. I have a, attached to my Vanguard investment account. He has a custodial investment account. So everything that Broly gets goes directly into that custodial account, which he can't touch until he's 18. But I put he's got a lot of money in there. But it's everything he gets basically goes straight into S&P 500. And I just let it sit. And when he's 18, hopefully if I did my job right, he'll be a millionaire by the time he's 18 before he does anything. And he can take that money and go start something crazy here that'll hopefully be so big that it blows what we built out of the water and makes it look like a joke. Isn't that every parent's goal, right? You want your kids to crush you. I just got back from Washington State. Nice. It was beautiful in Washington. It really was. No, I haven't. I didn't get a chance to really watch the video either. Like I saw him post it. I listened to it for a couple minutes, but I haven't actually had a chance to reach out to them. We need to go talk to them. Well, before we left California last time, we had bad timing, man. Because like When we got to California, they had a cruise plan like the same week. So I feel like usually when we're out there, we're hanging out like the whole week and a half, 2 weeks together because we're like always hanging out. But this time we only got to see them like the day before and then the day after they got back for a few hours. So I feel like we didn't get to see them as long as we used to or usually do. But we definitely need to when we get back out there. Did you ever go to prom after you left school? What do you mean after I left school? I mean, I went to prom as when I was in high school, but that's it. I went with well, it's funny. That's how me and Amber's whole relationship started because I was a sophomore when she was a junior. So like, and I don't know if it's like that everywhere. Usually it's just what seniors and juniors get prom. So I was a sophomore and she asked me to her prom and I was like, yeah, I'll go. And that's when I was 16. I just turned 16. I was 16 in a few months. Here we are. Now we're in our 30s, running a business, married with a kid. Crazy, huh? What's up, Marge? Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Gems. Yeah, because it's nothing against them. Everybody's great in their own way. But the thing is, like, nobody else puts as much emphasis on the content side of things. You know what I mean? Everybody else they're resellers that are filming their resale. That's what it is. And some people like that. But there's not many other people that are like focusing on YouTube as its actual own separate category. You know what I mean? I mean, that's me. Most of my effort, like 85% of my effort goes into the content side of things. And I'm upfront about it. I don't lie. I'm not going to try to be one of those people that says, I don't make anything from YouTube. No, YouTube makes up the majority of our income. I don't lie about it. It's what I've always loved. Exactly, Patricia. When I first hit 100,000 subscribers in 2019, I should have filmed it. I cried like a baby. I really did. I was just so emotional. And it's so weird to think that like hitting 1 million was a huge milestone too. And it did make me a little emotional too, but 100K made me way more. And I feel like it was because 100K was like when I first went from having nothing to actually like seeing the fruit of my labor. You know what I mean? Hitting 1 million was amazing, but it was like we're established at that point. You know what I mean? Hitting 100K, it felt to me like now it was all worth it. All the years I've put into learning this and mastering this is actually paying off now. So it was a different kind of feeling. But I think 100K hit me the hardest. Let's see. What's up, Christine? Who are YouTubers you watch the most? That's a good question. You're gonna say everyone's gonna be surprised that none of them are resale channels whatsoever. But man, what do I watch? I like a lot of business channels. I like a channel called The Financial Wolf. He's actually young, probably like my brother's age. He's young, but they do like a bunch of different businesses and then see how much they profit. I don't know why. I've always been into business. It's always been my interest since I was a kid. I love Gideon. Don't get me wrong. I love the predator catching videos because I love seeing these people get busted. I love Gideon's video. I loved him since he was a prankster. I found him before he hit 100K, as big as he is now. We've been watching a lot of his older predator catchers recently. Who else do I really watch? Of course, like the big guys. We watch pretty much every Mr. Beast, every Ryan Trahan, those videos. Some of Arax. I'm trying to think who else I really sit down and watch. I'd have to like go over to YouTube and look at my subscription list. I don't know. Let me go see. Who's on my subscription list right here? Active Self-Protection. I love that channel. I really do. It's basically a bunch of self-defense stuff with weapons, so it's kind of cool. Who else is on here? Big Doss TV. He doesn't really upload anymore, but they were more so pranks. Chase After the Right Price. I like their yard sale videos. I really do. I don't watch a lot of resale channels, but I like the yard sale videos. I think because he focuses on video games, which is something I've always been interested in. And then I love Fred Beyer. Fred Beyer and Zach Cray. Those are both prank channels. I think they're hilarious. And everything else pretty much is like business related or video game related. I'm sitting there looking through all the channels. It's all either video game specific channels or it's business channels. That's what I watch. I'm boring, huh? Have you thought about owning storage units as a side business? No. I don't want to do anything that's brick and mortar. Like, I don't want to do anything that has like a set location in a certain area. I really don't. You should look. We thought about this years ago, to be honest with you. And honestly, it's too time consuming. We did think about this at one point. Oh, he scared me. But I don't think we're going to go with it. Hi, Polly. What are you doing?
I'm going to go to Napa.
You found Goku in Napa?
Yes.
Nice. A couple people were asking about them back there. But the time and money it takes to invest into something like that, I'd rather put that time and money into making the best videos possible. Let's see. I'm back. I don't know if you responded to any of my questions. I don't know either.
Did you get someone to email Dragon Ball pictures?
No.
Registering?
I put the email up for yard sale.
Okay, now somebody, I don't know which one it is. Maybe the other one. But it was a store in Texas. They said there's a store with a lot of Dragon Ball stuff. There's one thing that I didn't know if we had. It was like a little Bulma Lego looking thing.
What email?
I don't know. Maybe that
one? No.
Where was it?
I don't know. But yeah.
It was in the yard sale.
Oh, that's why.
This is what I screenshot. You can tell me.
Surprise!
Oh no, we don't have that Bulma.
They said it was in Texas.
Oh yeah, we don't have that Bulma. We got the Krillin.
They have a
I
lot
got a cake.
of
You want
Dragon
to sit on
Ball
Daddy's
stuff.
lap?
I got a cake.
Oh
I
dang.
got a
I wish
cake.
I could scroll
I
through the pictures.
got
Yeah.
a cake. I got a cake.
I might just
Do you?
ask what the store is.
I
so
got
maybe
the cake for
Yeah, no, I definitely want to hit somewhere in Texas.
I got a cake.
Thank you.
What do you mean by that, Georgia? 100K simply valid. Exactly. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Because like that's all I wanted to do, like ever. I never had any other job or anything I did that I actually enjoyed. So like really it was like YouTube was the only thing I ever wanted to do since I was a teenager. So hitting that was like yes, you know what I mean? That's when we got these. Living the dream. It's not a joke. Dead serious. There's nothing else that I on this planet, no amount of money for doing anything anybody could offer me to do anything else. Caught alive. Let's go, Tony. Hey, thank you, Bonnie.
Question for you. Did you have any dinner ideas or plans? Okay.
We don't have anything laid out, so we'll probably order something.
Yeah, well, if we order something, I'd prefer Buffalo Wild Wing, but you know.
I was gonna suggest Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
I have a taste for them too. Okay.
I didn't know when or how long you'd be live, but I also need to feed him, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, you can
So
feed
wait
him.
for you or order whatever he needs to eat, and then he'll just have it.
No, don't order mine. Yeah.
I'll ask you again.
All right.
Okay.
What got you into pew pews? Again, a very boring answer, but two things. One, I mean, I grew up around a family that, like, my granddad on my dad's side was a lifelong hunter. I grew up playing video games, obviously, so I knew, military style games. So that was another big contributor. Just the boring stuff, you know, family and games and movies, that kind of thing. Hey, let's see. I can see and hear you. They're back. Tune it on. Well, of course, that's what you got to do. I got to try to do that. That kid is a riot. He is a riot, but he's a fun riot. He makes life so much more fun, man. He really did. Let's see. What's up, everybody? There was once a store for everything labeled. Oof. I do sometimes, but what I've noticed, at least, maybe it's just my experience, is like the ones that are organized, people pay so much. They basically pay retail where you're not even gambling. Like you're going to make like this little bit of profit. And then, to be honest, like I'm not trying to buy a storage unit to make a 10% profit. You know what I mean? I want to triple, quadruple, 5x what I pay. I'm looking for the big bang wow factor, as Daryl would have said. Rest in peace. But as he would have said, seriously, the wow factor. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I do it for. I want the holy crap moment. That's why a lot of people ask me why I don't get into things like pallets or that kind of thing. It's because you know what's there already. Like, yes, I know I can make a profit selling it, but it's not about the money. It's about the holy crap moments and the, oh my gosh, and the crazy memories. And that's what I do it for. Everybody has different reasons, but that's what I do it for. Well, I guess they left. Everyone's chat's just now popping up and saying hi to them. They left at the exact same time. Let's see. Are you going to do more live videos from storage units? I would definitely like to do that again. But the problem I run into a lot, and you guys tell me to buy them yourself, is a lot of storage units facilities are dead zoned, man. It's really hard to find ones that have good service. Really hard. So if I find one and it's not big and it has good service, yeah, I would definitely do it again. But a lot of them are just complete, total dead zones. Oh, he thinks it's funny. He thinks it's cool. So he'll like now what he does is he'll pick up a Broly figure and say, "This is my favorite Broly." And then I'll tell him, I'll put my hand on his head and say, "This is my favorite Broly." And he'll say, "And I like the other one," and hold up his Broly figure. So he thinks it's funny. They are. They're not video people. They're not video people. You know what I mean? How long have we been live? We've been live for about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm doing your diet. I was 365. Now I'm minus 19. Nice. Let's go. I was 264 this morning. I started at 368. And yeah, before I was 265 before we left on our road trip. Then we came back from our road trip. I may or may not have been 281, but I'm back down to 264. So now I'm a pound under where I was. So how do you keep a marriage happy? Both love Buffalo Wild Wings. Exactly. Garlic Parmesan, baby. It's the best. Let's go. Nice. Yeah, definitely. I tell everybody that buys storage units, start filming content. Even if you think you're not going to be good, it'll be good eventually. If you really like put in the time to actually consistently improve, not just do the same thing over and over again, but actually criticize what you're doing. You know what I mean? Look at it and say, what about this sucked and what can I make a little bit better next time? If you keep doing that over year, there's no world where you don't grow. There really isn't. But it's just a lot of people want to think what they're doing is, the best it can be. And it's not. Even with us being the biggest storage unit like channel, I pick out things in my videos, pretty much every single one I put out that I'm like, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to change that. And they're probably so little and so subtle, you would, as a viewer, would never notice. But I notice. And it's just the little tiny improvements over long periods of time. That's what does it. That's what does it. Hey, nice, Ganja. Let's go. I love to hear that. I love to hear it so much. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, that's what I like to hear. I like to hear people just taking the risk. Just take the chance, man. Life's too short. It depends. I'm not saying everybody. Some people could work a normal job and they're happy. If that's you, don't risk it because it's a lot of effort. But if you're like how I was, where every day you're just literally miserable as can be and dreading it, take the risk. Take the risk. Life's too short to live your whole life miserable. It really is. Do I have any issues at our yard sale? No, we've never really had. We've had a couple people almost get into it with each other. But that's about it. That's because there's so many, like each yard sale we have, keep in mind our channels and social media presence keep getting bigger. So basically every yard sale is a good percentage bigger than the one before, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. So it's just sometimes like at the start of the last one, I think we probably had 50 to 60 people there before it even started. So, I mean, it's wild. It's wild. But it's pretty peaceful. I'm going to be honest with you. To have that many people there, it's pretty peaceful. We had a unit I was going to bid on last month. I was going for $2,000 canceled. I hate that. Yep, I hate that, Justin. That's the worst. Well, thank you, Deborah. And thank you, Mark. Let's go. Live from yard sale? No, we're usually just gone crazy the whole time. So Amber's got a GoPro on, usually, obviously, talking to all the people and collecting the change. And usually I try to stay out there because a lot of people want to come talk. So I try to stay out there and just be social and talk to everybody. So we're usually going, and then we help people, like if they buy bigger things and somebody needs help to get it to their vehicle, that kind of thing. So we're usually just going the whole freaking time at the yard sale. Let's see. Thank you for breaking down the units. Well, thank you for watching. Let's see. Thank you, Tony. Let's see. We tried a video, but I'm not photogenic. Dude, I'm not photogenic. It took me so long to get comfortable being on camera. I am definitely really shy. I'm really socially shy, really awkward, really to myself. So if you see me being social, you don't even want to know how much effort that's taking out of me. It's a lot. It really is. And you'll get used to it. If you look at our dumpster diving videos at the beginning, I wouldn't even show my face. I would literally put a GoPro like on my chest or my head, so with just my hands and voice, because I didn't want to be on camera. What editing software for videos? Wondershare Filmora. Wondershare Filmora. It's great. I've been using it for probably a decade at this point. Maybe not quite, but at least 2018. So at least 8 years. It might be a little longer than that. Let's see. You're going to have to increase your yard sales. No, they're great. Let's see. Yeah, they're fun. They're so much fun. They really are. Have you ever thought about adding a few more seconds to your clock and whatnot? No, I mean, I like the pace. I like that ours moves at a fast pace. I've noticed the slower you go, the more people drop off. And I'm the same way. I just want it to go. I just want to get done fast. That's the problem is people that go on that app, they're used to such high speed that I got to keep up with that speed or people start to drop off. Where did you get the inspiration for your chest logo? Actually, I came up with it one day. Well, Brandon, my brother actually made the nice looking one. When I first came up with it, it was just like a clip art of a treasure chest and a clip art of a chest that I just cropped and put on top of each other. It looked horrible, but it was the idea, treasure hunting. Thought it was cool. But then my brother actually made that one from scratch that actually looks good. He's an artist. My art looks like a 5-year-old did it. Is there any state you try to stay clear of for storage units? I mean, I just try to stay clear of cities. So not a state as a whole, but as cities. Like if you say New York, I would buy in New York, but I wouldn't buy in New York City, right? If you say California, I'll buy all over California, but I don't want to go to LA or I don't want to go to San Francisco. If you go to Texas, I'll probably buy in Texas, but it probably won't be in San Antonio or Dallas or something like that. I try to avoid the major cities. That's pretty much it. I did that early on, dude. I'm not even joking. I literally at one point went a long time ago. You can probably find it. Look at our early on videos and look at like maybe a 8 or 9,000 subscriber Q&A video we did. I had a wrestling mask on. I'm not even joking. I didn't want to show my face. Thank you, Moto. Yep. We definitely put emphasis on, like I said, we put a lot of effort into the content side of things. That's all. So I really didn't get into the crafting things until we started doing Whatnot. Before I would put it out at a yard sale, but then like one unit, I found a bunch of crafting stuff and people were saying, please put this on the auction. Please put it on the auction. Like there's a lot of people, this stuff's expensive. Put it up for auction. So I was like, okay, fine. I filled a bunch of flat rate boxes with just crafting stuff and put them up on Whatnot and they all did great. So now when I see crafting, I'm like, cool. That's what we do. Every yard sale, you get more social. I hope so. I hope so. I'm trying to focus on it. But it is hard. It just goes against my personality. You know what I mean? I'm just a quiet to myself video game nerd, really. I'm just stereotypical quiet at home video game nerd. Ship to Australia? Yes, we do. Best Whatnot auctions on the app. That's what I like to hear. Let's go. Let's see. I didn't know you had a brother. Yeah, he lives with us. We've been super close, really, even though we're 8 years apart. But yeah, we'll play freaking old video games together all the time. He used to be the one to do all my thumbnails. He went with us. I mean, he's lived with me my whole life. But now he's in his early 20s. So him and his girlfriend, now they both live with us. They're looking at, actually buying a house and everything. So it'll be weird when they move, actually. It really will. What's up, Randy? But, I mean, obviously, you want your family to do great things. So I get it. Broly will be doing the auction soon. He will. He's getting into it. That's my fear. I want to just raise him to have such a business mindset. Business. Like, don't think of money. The only way to earn money is exchanging hours for money. That's not reality, dude. That's not the real world. That's the world that the world wants you to believe is real. But there's so many other ways to make money. You don't have to. It's not only a 9 to 5. There's so many other ways out there to do it. And I'm just lucky in the fact that that was just my natural thought. I've always been that kid. I was the kid that sold candy in middle school. I would buy from the Dollar Tree and sell it in middle school. I was the kid that would write people's papers in high school and do that kind of thing. I made my own bumper stickers and sold them on eBay. I used to go to yard sales and flip textbooks, jerseys, and video games. I've always been that person. So it's not like something I had to learn. I've just always been that way. So I guess I'm just lucky in that aspect. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Let's see. Oof. Yeah, I know Philly's huge, man. Philly's basically just like New York. It might as well just be an extended New York. We've been there a couple times. It's crazy there. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff's hard. Like I said, it's hard to sell by itself. That's why when I do it, I try to get like a box lot. You know what I mean? I try to get like a flat rate box and fill it to the brim with all kinds of different crafting things. Content is why I watch. Exactly. That's my theory. Content is king. Do you consider Dragon Ball the bootleg things? It depends. I don't really count them like in our total collection. A couple of like the nicer, bigger figures I've added in there, but a lot of them I don't even add to our total number. I just put them down here because they're fun to buy and they make good videos. I think if we have currently like 7,400 of them. If you wanted to say how many of those 7,400 items count that are bootleg, it's probably less than 200. So a very small percentage. I just think they're fun, and I think they make fun videos. That's really what it is. Have you ever had someone find you guys at your home? I mean, our address is public. People can find it. I wouldn't recommend somebody showing up at our home unwelcome because this is Virginia. One of the reasons I'm not a fan of California is we have certain rights over here. Maybe not with our crazy governor, but we still do. But yeah, we never had an issue. We never had an issue. You gotta keep exciting and have to speed up your video. Exactly. That's another thing, dude. That's a lot of thing people don't understand is like there's certain people that may have a specific interest, but the general audience doesn't. Like, for example, I got a lot of comments with the dishware in the last unit where people are saying, like, you should have went through it more. You should have looked for this. You should have looked for that. When you got to understand, I'm not making this decision because I'm like, oh, I just hate dishes. It's not like YouTube provides us with all this behind the scenes data. I get like if you've never seen a YouTube retention graph, it literally shows you exactly what parts people will watch and what parts they'll click off and what parts they'll fall off on. And if I spend more than 30 seconds in a row on dishes, it drops. So it's like if I sit there and show dishes or I sit there and show clothes, I'm shooting myself in the foot. I really am. I'm just like doing total damage to my own videos, chances of going viral. So they got to understand from like a content perspective, like this is all data driven. I'm not just doing it based off of my opinion. I'm doing it based off of what the data tells me. So that's one of the reasons I think we're successful. Let's see. A couple of videos. Yeah, he's definitely been in a few. He used to be in a bunch. When we lived in California, he was in a bunch. At one point, he did YouTube for a little while, then didn't really like it, so went back out. What's up, Angela? Yeah. Thank you, Tony. What's up in Maine? There's a guy that makes DBZ Nightlight. Is there a real guy or is it that crazy AI thing that's going everywhere that's like trying to get people to buy bootlegs? Dude, there's this whole new wave of scam that's crazy to me. Like, well, the AI generate videos of them making, my custom-made rugs, my custom-made lamps that nobody will buy. And then just give you some fake sob story. In reality, it's just some cheap Chinese-made lamp that's on Temu or something that they're going to buy for $10 and sell it online for $150. It happens a lot. It's a lot. You got to be on the lookout for that stuff, man. A lot of people fall for it. She collects Land Before Time. The old movie with the dinosaurs in it. She has pretty much everything that's existed from that series at this point. So anytime something new releases, she gets it instantly. And if we find anything old, she keeps it. That was her favorite thing as a kid. They just don't make, obviously, nowhere near as much Land Before Time as they do Dragon. Dragon Ball was huge. What's up in Salisbury? Yeah, that's how I kind of am too. I haven't had cable in like 6 years. I haven't watched cable television because really, I will pretty much watch YouTube all the time. And if I want to watch something, it's probably on a streaming service anyway. So that's my theory. What's up, John? Thank you, Randy. You want to know the truth? 0, because I didn't talk to nobody, man. I was the most antisocial human being alive. I had like 3 friends in school, 1 really close friend, and I'm still friends with to this day. But everybody else I haven't talked to in ages. I didn't talk to virtually no one. Really, I had 1 real friend in school that I actually would consider like a real lifelong friend, and we still talk nowadays. But he lives like 10 hours away. They live out northeast somewhere. Him and his wife and their baby now. So like we might not talk all the time, but that's I only have 1 friend I've kept in contact with since school. And to be honest, I wouldn't even know if somebody from my school saw it because I don't remember anybody's name or anything. I was just like I said, I was the awkward, quiet kid that didn't talk to nobody. I think people would be shocked if they saw it on YouTube. They're like, how did this quiet, awkward kid that just said nothing to nobody now a giant million subscriber YouTube? They would be like, what the heck? I would probably, if he ranked all of the kids in our graduating classes in order of most likely to least likely to do something like this, I definitely would have been in the bottom 5%. Definitely. Broly Foley, what you doing? You looking for figures? Nice.
I'm trying to see what he wants. He won't tell me.
Dude, that's the best, Tammy. Those are the best.
Okay.
Absolute best. Yeah, that's true, Georgia. He is always in the Christmas videos too. Let's see. Where are we at? Who has been the most fun YouTuber you've done a video? That is hard. That's hard, man. Because I like all of these guys we've done storage unit videos with. Everybody's unique in their own way, man. I feel like I get a little something from everybody. It's hard to say. I couldn't pick a single one. I feel like I could pull from everybody's strengths. Like when we go to California, we always perform. We always make videos with, Alex, Pirate, and Jack every time we go out there pretty much. And I always say this. They have like this triangle of success to where, this is my opinion, okay? Pirate is one of the hardest hustlers you'll ever meet in the business. He'll outsell and outwork anybody any day, and I know that and I firmly believe it. Alex is the most charismatic and funniest guy I've ever talked to naturally with no effort, without having to try. He just has the most natural personality for YouTube. And the moment I met Jack was at the flea market. He had less than 2,000 subscribers. He just has that business sense. As soon as I talked to him for the first time, I knew that channel was going to explode. I knew it was. I knew it because he just had the business to it. If those three united and fused into one person, we would be in trouble. We would be in trouble, very much so, because they have like three aspects of it.
Daddy.
What are you doing? You want to sit on my lap, talk to the camera? I missed you.
I'm gonna run back.
You're gonna run back, but it's hard. Yeah, it's really hard. We found everyone we've met almost has been super cool. Let's see. Are you a Kimbo Slayer? I watched Kimbo Street Fights back in the day, and of course I watched him when he came on The Ultimate Fighter. That's probably my favorite season of The Ultimate Fighter because I was a big Rashad Evans fan too. So like to have him coach, I was a big Rashad fan, and I felt like everybody was such a Rampage fan. I felt like the outlier pulling for Rashad. So that was probably my favorite season of The Ultimate Fighter. I love Rashad Evans since he won The Ultimate Fighter as a heavyweight, so undersized. I love underdog stories. Really, is what I love. And when he won The Ultimate Fighter, he was, at heavyweight. And he was like 5'11", barely 200 pounds. And he was smoking guys that were 40, 50 pounds bigger than him. That's why I fell in love with Rashad. Yes, Little Heart. What's up, Randy? Saying hi to everybody. Oh, man. Let's see. Thank you. You celebrated the 1 million subscribers. How did you celebrate your first? I don't even know when I hit 1 million in sales, to be honest with you. I have no clue. I don't keep track of it whatsoever. I keep track of I keep a spreadsheet basically of all the income we come in. So I don't even know when we did that for the first time. It was a while ago, but I really didn't. I hate saying that money doesn't, because of course I'm not stupid. Everybody needs to make money, right? We have to have money to survive. We need money. So obviously money is important, but the content and the subscriber and the channel growth has just always been my biggest focus. The money just comes with it, basically. What's up, KT Treasures? What's up, Paul? Found us through Jack. Yeah, when we first met him, he had under 2,000 subscribers. Let's see. If you're interested. Where are we at? In South Carolina, about 6 units this week. Woo! Helping son move into a new home. Nice. I see a lot going off in South Carolina, southern North Carolina. Sorry. So there's a lot of them that go off over there. I see them all the time. Let's see. Yes, Justin. Starting today, the smoke here has been wild. It has been wild. Yesterday, clear as can be. This morning when we got up and left, it looked like it was just fog everywhere. Yeah, we're code purple as far as the warning goes, which is worse than code red. It's been horrible. Let's see. How do you stay so organized? You must have a huge store. We don't even have a storage unit. We have our shed and we have our garage. That's it. We don't have any warehouse. We don't have a storage unit. All we have is our shed and our garage. And the shed is everything that's going to the yard sale. And the garage is everything that's going to whatnot until the shed gets full. Like right now, the shed's full, so we have to put some yard sale stuff in our garage. But most of the time, that's how it is. And we just have a shelving. I think the shelving system and having everything pre-numbered just makes it so smooth. Let's see. Yeah, KT, we definitely getting the smoke up here. Our bedroom looks like your DVD. Hey, that's what's up, though. That's awesome. Hey, thank you, Eric. Let's go. 10,000 on a unit. Yeah, what's the most I spent on a unit? 18,100 after fees. That big Barbie unit this year. It was 18,100 after fees. And we're almost done with it. We're blowing it. All we have left now are the comics and a few books, and we're blowing them out this week. So Wednesday is going to be a whatnot show that's all comics. We are just blowing out around almost 1,000 comics, so around 960. Stacks of 10, ungone through, $1 starts. We're blowing them out Wednesday. And I think we'll probably have enough to do almost another comic show, then they'll be gone. Yeah, it definitely wasn't chilly here. It's been hot. Like I said, we cleaned out 2 units today. They were both indoors, but it was like 107 degrees inside. The AC wasn't doing, there's no AC. Then 10 miles over 700 units. Woof. Yeah. There's a lot, man. There's a lot. That's the only reason, honestly, that I don't move out of Virginia is the amount of units we have here. Because if there, like I've said it many times, if there was more storage units in states like Wyoming, states like Montana, states like New Hampshire, I'd be gone. I would have been gone a while ago. But it's just, the amount of units here is insane. What unit was the one that convinced you could do this full time? To be honest with you, it wasn't the unit. It was YouTube. That's what it was. That's really what it was. The first month we made a big, substantial chunk of change. So October of 2018 or November, I don't remember if it was October or November of 2018, I made on YouTube that month $3,000 less than I made at Toyota the whole year. That's when I was like, this has crazy potential. So in 28 days, I made almost as much as I made the entire year working full time. So I was full time too. I wasn't part time. I was 40 hours a week, full time. And I was like, screw this, man. Screw it. Screw this. I'm going all in on YouTube. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I can just get another job I hate somewhere else, right? I just win. We're going to have to hire junk removal for that unit. Thank you, content. Quick turnover, exactly. Quick money, man. Quick money. What's up, Pirate? Rat Pack started buying storage units because you well. Let's go. I saw that. We'll smoke a I hope not. I hope it's mostly gone by then. It's weird to have it because like the last time I experienced it was when we were in California, man. It's weird to have the smoke here in the East Coast. I feel like we're not used to that out here. So I'm hoping it kind of starts to fade out here because we're far from the Canadian border. Like we're like, 10 hours from the Canadian border. So we're pretty far away. The fact that it's even reaching here is crazy to me. But it is, like I said, we are code purple. So I hope it starts to go away. I really do. Thank you, Kim. Let's go. Yeah, 1 week from tomorrow, Robin. It's going to be fun. That's one thing tempting to me, dude. I really love those remote states. Like my favorite state, I've been to all the lower 48. The only states we haven't been to are Alaska and Hawaii. And my favorite state to be in is Wyoming still. I love Wyoming, but it's so desolate and so empty. Like being able to find consistent units is just not possible with what we do. So let me tell you, if a giant mega facility pops up in Wyoming and they have 100, 200 auctions every week, I'm gone. Bye-bye, Virginia. I'm moving to Wyoming. I'm out. Let's see. I seen you on Storage Wars. I don't think they even released that episode yet. I don't think they're going to release it till next year. It's funny. Like, I feel like my chat is always like delayed a little bit because every time I see all the messages come in saying something to Amber and Broly, it's like right after they leave. Like right now, I'm just now seeing it all. But everyone has said something to them. They say thank you. Oh, let's see. Nice, Rat Pack. That's what it's all about to me, that quick flip, man. I'm just like, I'd rather have a quick nickel over a slow dime any day of the week. I just want it gone. Yeah, exactly. See, when we were in California, we were first coming back to the East Coast to buy a house and everything. We were actually originally looking in West Virginia, and that's exactly what we decided, why we decided against it. Because it's so cheap, you can get so much out there, and it's so beautiful and so peaceful. But then, like you said, if you want to go get a unit, you got to drive hours and hours, man. It's crazy. But that's actually what kept us out of West Virginia. That's why we decided to go with Southern Virginia instead of West Virginia. Yep, Pirates. They just left too. The fires up north, Georgia. The fires up there are crazy. Dude, you're awesome. Hey, thank you, Jason. Yeah, it's crazy up there. We were trying to plan coming home so we could finally, hey, hopefully we see you guys there. Yeah, next week. So, I mean, a week from tomorrow, hopefully we see you guys there. Hawaii is awesome. Don't talk to me about Hawaii. Mr. I'm going to sell a car to a guy with 30 seconds left in a competition in Texas. I don't want to hear it. No, for real, that was fun, man. That was such a fun experience. For you guys that have no idea what we're talking about, there's a huge channel on YouTube called Unspeakable, and they do like random videos. But how had to be 2023, right? Yeah, because Amber was pregnant with Broly. But they invited us and Pirate out. So we went out there. We did this whole storage unit competition thing where everybody gets a unit. Whoever can sell the most wins a paid for vacation. And we were winning, and then his unit had a car. At the last second, the dude accepts the stupid deal on the car. So he beats us with like a couple minutes left in the competition, and they went to Hawaii. And I was like, man, come on. But no, I'm glad you guys got to go. That's cool. At least it was you. I would have been more blown if we lost to the random lady that was there. At least it was somebody I know. Dude, I get it. Like I said, money's not everything. Money's important, obviously, but it's not everything. It's about being happy, man. Being happy is way more important than making more money. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, as a YouTuber, one of the biggest income streams you can make is by doing brand deals. And you know how much money I turn down every month because I don't want to promote some crappy brand I don't like. And two, I just don't want to be, I don't want no control. I don't want nobody telling me what I can and can't do in my own video. When they're like, you can't do that, you can't title it that. No, if you want to use this, you can't do that. I'm like, no, you can't offer me enough money to give up my creative control. It doesn't exist. Have you ever bought any down in Florida? Oh yeah, we bought quite a few in Florida. We bought last time we were down there with TDK. We cleaned out 2 with him, and then we bought one of our own. It actually ended up belonging to a cop. The video did really good. They had a shotgun in there, a bunch of like high-end cologne, a bunch of cool things actually. It was a good unit. Oh, want the link? I gotta go find it. Go to YouTube and type in Unspeakable storage unit and see if you'll probably find it. It was probably 2023. How would you ever pack up all your Dragon Ball figures if you ever moved? Just don't move. No, I don't know. I mean, I would hire a company to do it, obviously. I would not have the patience to do it. I'd have to hire somebody. But I don't ever really want to move. If I didn't, I don't know, man. I feel like even if I did move, I would probably not even sell this house. I would almost keep it. So I don't know. Let's see. I haven't started watching Whatnot yet. Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun, though. It is crazy. I love being in the mountains. Yeah, so do I. I love it here. I would love, I mean, we're not in the mountains, but we're in the country, kind of. Even that, kind of. I mean, we're 45 minutes away from a major city, so not really. But from where I grew up, you know, it feels like country. Because I grew up right outside of DC, which is just, yeah, I mean, there's millions of people within a small little radius. It's super crowded there. Let's see. Big subscribe for a while. Hey. Have you ever thought about opening a thrift store? No. I guess I don't want anything brick and mortar, man. I don't want anything that's like gonna keep me locked in one location. I like traveling. The most fun I've had has just been traveling around the country, buying units and selling through Whatnot at random Airbnbs, dude. It's so fun. I feel like it's a way you get to travel. It's such a cheat code of the system, right? I can travel the country, stay at nice Airbnbs, and somehow this is business expense. How is that? That doesn't even feel right. But it's such a crazy experience because I genuinely just love what we're doing. Love the RuneScape chat, Alice. What somebody caught it. Let's go. There wasn't a single comment that I saw of anybody catching it. But let's go. Nevada's a good spot. Yeah, but it's so hot, man. The heat there. Yeah, no, for you that are already in California, I would say go for it. But I mean, it's so hot. Oh man, let's see. We don't have the smoke in Nebraska. The smoke in Virginia here is crazy. Favorite YouTube moment ever. I don't want to hear about that. It was funny. It was so fun though. It was really cool. Let's see. How do let me see if I can find the link to it. I don't even know if I want to watch it. Let's see. Unspeakable storage unit. Make sure they didn't take it down or nothing, did they? No, there it is. Oh man. Here, I'll put the link of it. I'll put the link in there. Just so you guys can watch it if you want. There it is. That was fun, man. That was actually fun. Man, you know what I think about when I think of that competition, Pyre? If we would have been doing whatnot like we were doing now back then, we would have took it. I know we could have took it because we gave away so much stuff for next to nothing. We sold like 3 to 5 signed jerseys out of the unit to somebody in a parking lot of a Target for $1 a piece. It was crazy. I think we could have won if we would have had a whatnot back then. I think. But it was so fun, man. It was fun. Let's see. You remember the town you were in Maine when you stayed there? I don't remember. No, I really don't. I could go back to our Airbnb profile and check, but yeah, I don't remember. We have thought about it, but like most of the time we stay at Airbnbs, which have Wi-Fi. So there's been very few situations we run into where it's like we need internet, we can't get it. So it just depends. But most of the time we stay at Airbnbs and they always have good Wi-Fi. So the only time I wish I had it is when we stay at, there's no Airbnb and we got to stay at a hotel and their internet's just horrible. Then it's like, I wish I had it, but most of the time, not really. Let's see. Okay, I just put the link in there. What do you do with all the alcohol you find? I just throw it away. I just throw it. Trash it, trash it, trash it. Hey, nice, Eric. Nice. It definitely did that, dude. Like seeing how like the big guys operate is like also so inspirational. It really is. Like I just like seeing what's possible. You know what I mean? Just seeing like somebody like him that was just like a nerdy kid that grew it into like a, you know, multi-million-dollar business, and how many like people they have working and doing different jobs. It's so cool. I was just more happy to have the experience to see the behind the scenes, because like their channels, like when they get into like the tens of millions, they have so many employees. You know what I mean? They have all these different camera guys. They have like a manager that tells people what to do and where to go. They have a bunch of things like that. And I just thought that was really cool to see. Really cool. I bought your, you did, and that thing was a $2,000 Tiffany. That what did you give me for? Like $300? I bet you we would have got a lot if we put it on whatnot, because they bought, it was freaking new. I think on their website it was like $2,000 out there. I bet you we could have got a lot more. And like I said, the freaking jerseys. I sold the Xbox One in box with all the games for like $200 some. And I'm like, dude, if I would have freaking whatnotted it individually, like the console by itself, each game by itself, something like that. I don't even remember. But if we would have did it the right way, we could have did better. We should have just never traded. That's how we could have won. Because your unit didn't really have anything besides the car, right? So like if we would have I should have just took the car key and threw it on the roof and just called it a day. That's what I should have done. And just busted open the safe old school style, the sledgehammer and a crowbar. Let's see. You ever come to Eastern Tennessee? We've been to Eastern Tennessee. We actually stayed in Tennessee earlier this year. Yeah, that's where we went on Broly's second birthday. We stayed there because there was a bunch of little things he wanted to go to. We wanted to take him to. And then his birthday is 4 days before mine. So we went to Tennessee because I just wanted to eat some In-N-Out. So that's what we did. We went to Tennessee. We were there for like a week. Let's see. Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes the shipping's crazy. I don't know what they're doing sometimes. Yeah, the car sale was ridiculous. That was the last second. That was absolute last second. That was the most clutch moment in history. That really was. But honestly, I wouldn't know what to do, because at that point, me and Amber had already... When did you actually go? Was it right away? I don't really remember because we actually already rented like an Airbnb and bought a unit over there because we were gonna make our own video after. So like if we would have won and they would have wanted to send us somewhere right away, that would have been like, well, this is gonna be awkward. But I'm pretty sure it had to be like a couple weeks after, right? Something like that. I would assume at least. Let's see, where am I at? Nice screen. I almost read it too. I almost read it. If I didn't read it first, I would have said that out loud. That may or may not have been one of my gamer tags back in the day on Xbox Live. Not saying, can't confirm or deny. Okay, so 2 weeks. Okay, it would have been okay then. Yeah, then I am butthurt then. Are units getting harder to find? For me, it's not even the cost; it's the amount of cancellations we've had, and it seems like it's universal. Because I was just talking to a bunch of people earlier in the stream that buy units in different states. Like usually around tax time, we get a lot of cancellations. Then in June, it starts to slow down and get back to normal. I had like not last week, but the week before, we had 11 cancellations in like a 3-day period. Last week, it was like 5 or 6. And then this week, I think there was only 2, but there was only 3 other units I was bidding on. So 66% of them canceled again. There's just been so many cancellations recently, and I don't know why. Usually it happens every year around tax time, but the cancellations like into June and July this year have definitely been abnormal for our area. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm in PA and it's been tough lately. It's something, I don't know what it is. It seems like it's been universal with the cancellations recently. But I don't know. Dylan, I saw that comment earlier. I had no idea why. I'm not usually the one that does it, so I can't say why. I don't usually do the blocking of people myself. Other people do. So I can't really tell you. We have a lot of people blocked on there, so I don't know. You should do a trip up here to Canada. We just went to Canada like actually it was last year, wasn't it? It was last year. Yeah, we went to Canada last year. I don't know when we'll go again. I had a manager special canceling me today. Yeah, it definitely is more than usual. I don't know what's going on, man. I really don't. It definitely seems sketchy. Definitely. Something's happening. I just don't know what. I can't put my finger on what it is. Let's see. Live auction next week. Can't wait. Dude, we have none around here. We had one company that was going live, and they finally went online like, I want to say 2 months ago. They went online too. So now we genuinely have none. There's one that does it twice a year. It's about an hour and a half, 2 years from here. I mean, 2 hours, not 2 years, an hour and a half, 2 hours from here, and that's it. It's just, it sucks. It's horrible. And I miss it so much. I just miss, having it like that. Let's see. Where was that? Let me go back over here. I'm still trying to find the video from Unspeakable's channel. Is it possible to get? Yeah, I'll ask them, whoever did it, and we'll see. I don't know why they did it. So usually it's not for no reason. So I don't know what you done did, but I have to talk. Let's see. Last live auction I found a big Pokemon collection. Hey, that's what's up, Justin. That's what's up. I finally caught up with the chat. I'm finally at the bottom. Let's go. What's up, Carrie? How's it going? I'm actually at the bottom. I didn't think I'd ever get to the point where I caught up with everybody. Here we go. Can we get a video on the cost versus profit on the last big unit with all the name brand stuff? Once I finish selling it, yeah, I'll do it. We have one more show on Monday that's going to be blowing out a lot of the clothes and that kind of thing from that unit. But after that, I think we're done with it. Everything else is going out to the yard sale. So we'll see. Yeah, but yeah, I'll definitely do the video after that. Control is what's going on. What do you mean? What do you mean by control? You still have that picture of the woman with the man on the horse? From the most recent unit, yeah, that's going to be at our yard sale. It's much larger than it looks on video. That's why I didn't put it on Whatnot. It's a big frame. So, hey, a lot of people do that. A lot of people do. But I mean, really what I think it was, the biggest thing to me was COVID is one of the biggest problems. Because I feel like once COVID hit and all the normal 9-to-5ers realized that they're not really safe either, I feel like everybody was looking for a, side hustle or something else they can do. I blame it with that. coincided with the fact that everything is online now, so people can just bid from their house. I mean, those are the two biggest things, because even as big as our channel's gotten, we still, I mean, like Storage Wars in its peak was way bigger than we were. They were getting like 5 million average of, video. And if like that didn't do it, we're only averaging like maybe 150, 200,000 views a video. I think it has a lot to do with everything going online too. Retro game. Oh yeah, I think they blocked you last show. I think because like 11. I forgot how many payments it was, but like there's so many in a row that failed. That's what it was, and we kept having to relist everything. So somebody, I forgot who did it, but somebody did it last show. I know for a fact, and it was because of like a crazy amount of failed payments in a row. That's what it was for. I know for a fact that's why. I recognize your name because you're always there. But like I said, I'm not usually one to do it, so I only recognize yours because I know your name. What's up from the SIP? Are you gonna do a basement tour video? I was intrigued when I saw it. There actually is a couple on our Dragon Ball channel. Look at Jebus Ball Z on YouTube. We've done a couple tour video. We did one like a few months ago. So we try to do one on that channel once a month. Or I mean once a year, sorry. Yeah, dude, that honestly is another big. I agree. I was just saying this last week when I was live and we were talking about the same thing. I think that's another big problem because it's never been so easy in history to flip, 500 items in 2 hours. That's definitely a major problem too. I mean, it's a major problem and a major awesome thing too, right? Because we still do it, but it's definitely caused a major problem too because the turnover rate, where it used to take people, 3 months to get through it and they can get through it in a day now. That's craziness. So I definitely think that's a lot to do with it too. I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but I definitely think that's a major contributing factor as well. Watching for a long time. I love you do your Christmas giveaways. What are your plans this year? So we haven't picked a location yet, but last year a lot of people were suggesting us to do West Virginia somewhere this year. So that's probably going to be the plan. We don't know where yet. We're going to look into it more. Doing the logistics for those things is more complex than you think, and I don't know why. Like when we did the one in Asheville last year, it took us like 20 different places cold calling and talking to the owners to finally get a place that was willing to host the event. And like, dude, I just want to come to your town and give away tons of free toys to kids, and like almost nobody would host it. So finally, when we finally got somebody, that's when we did it. So it all comes down to logistics. We got to figure out a place that's willing to host the event. So we'll see. But I definitely think it's probably going to be West Virginia. Have you ever done a top 10 list? I did a top 10 most expensive. And that was a short form on the Dragon Ball channel. And actually, I think it's our most viewed short on the channel if you go over there and you filter. I think it did like 1 million something views. So, yeah. Nice, Justin. Man, I sliced my finger open, my middle finger open today on the storage unit door when we were cleaning out a unit. So now I feel like when I'm drinking a soda, I have my finger like this. I'm not flipping you off, I promise. I just slashed it off open earlier today. No, it definitely was, John. It definitely was. Let's see. If he's old enough and he wants to do it, we'll definitely let him do it. I'll definitely teach him the way. Is it easy to build up a Whatnot if you don't have a big YouTube following? Yeah, dude, I'd say most of the biggest sellers on Whatnot aren't even like social media people. A lot of them are just straight sellers. It just depends. They just have the crazy stuff and they're consistent as you know what. That's really what anything is. It's just being super consistent and being good. Really, pretty much whatever you want to get into. Everyone's like, how do you get good at it? The rule is always be consistent over a long period of time. That's really what it always is. If you're consistent over a long period of time and you keep improving, you're going to get better and you're going to grow. But yeah, I would say the majority of the largest sellers on the platform aren't even social media people. I love YouTube. I only have 40 said, hey, we all start at zero. We all start at zero, man. No, not Dr. Pepper. I didn't have any. I wanted a soda, a Pepsi, but it was upstairs and I'm too lazy. So I just took a Dr. Pepper out of this fridge. I have a mini fridge right here. So Dr. Pepper instead because I'm too lazy to go upstairs. Yeah, no, that's definitely what it is. That's why, in my opinion, the ones that look like they have the high-end retail stuff, they go for like retail basically. Like if you see some Pokemon cards in there, they're basically going to pay like 80% of what they can buy it for at the store. It's crazy. But I feel like for me, with storage units, like if I make a 50% profit, I'm like, that's not a win. I want the craziness. That's why I feel like us that have been buying storage units for a while now, we're kind of looking for the crazy factor, where a lot of the people that are getting in from a strictly reselling things are looking for like just hit their profit margins. You know what I mean? If I pay whatever, I can want to make this margin. I don't know. For me, all I can do is speak from my own experience, dude. I like the unexpected craziness, the potential of finding a gun, the potential of finding gold, the potential of finding cash. That's what gets me going. And whatever we find to sell, that's just what we sell. But I feel like somebody, like you said, the resellers that do that, have gotten into it just trying to hit the margin. It's like if they've warped the game a lot. Definitely warped it. Love West Virginia, closer to us. Hey, nice. Yeah, that's what a lot of people suggested last time. That was the second most suggested thing after Asheville. So a lot of people said in the comments that we should do West Virginia next year. So that's probably the plan. Yeah, because it's hard at the beginning. It's like anything else. When you first start, it's always going to be hard. It's always going to be hard. It really is. But I mean, it's just consistency. That's really it. And the problem is it's growing like exponentially fast. So like your competition is growing exponentially. Like every day there's probably who knows how many new people coming to the platform trying it for the first time. You never know who's got connections with who. One guy just might know a guy that works at the Nike factory and he can get Nike shoes for 40% of retail, and like you can't compete with them. There's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? It's hard. Different people know different people. Let's see. Can people like me shop from Canada? Yeah, we ship to Canada all the time. Yep. And it's coming. How wait? Did they start allowing UPS? Huh. Did they start allowing UPS? They didn't. It used to be, as far as I know, it's still all USPS. But I remember at one point there was like an update that mentioned UPS, but then they never like expanded on it. So I didn't know if we could actually start using UPS now. Huh. What's the weirdest thing you have found in a unit? The weirdest? That is a hard question, man. I found voodoo dolls. That's pretty weird. I mean, the one unit I bought in Charlottesville by the college that just had boxes and boxes of adult toys. That was a strange one. I don't know. There's a lot, man. There's a lot. What has been your I can afford all the cheese moment? You mean it's like I'm doing okay moment? I mean, obviously, like buying our house and whatever, buying our own home was crazy to know it from YouTube. Because obviously, with me, I wanted to do YouTube since I was a teenager. So it was kind of like my dream job my whole life. So buying our own house, that was the big thing. And then actually, like last year, we paid it off completely. So we have no mortgage or nothing, that's crazy to even say. You know what I mean? It really is crazy to say. But I would say buying a house for sure. Have you ever found someone's ashes? Oh, many times. Many times. Many times. We did a raid to ladies. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Oh yeah, that definitely. If you're not coming in with social media, well, giveaways are going to increase this. You tell me if you agree, Pyre. This is my theory here. Giveaways increase your follower number, but they don't increase your buyer number. Because there's just a bunch of people that sit on that platform entering giveaways all over trying to get free stuff. They're not really like going to ever buy anything. So I don't know. It might increase your overall number, but I don't think they're going to increase the people that actually buy. You might get lucky every now and then, but I feel like it's just a lot of people just sitting on there trying to buy stuff. I mean, trying to get free stuff. Sorry. Have you ever looked into pirate ship? Yeah. So with Whatnot, you don't have an option. Like they send you the label. You don't have an option. The UPS shipping notice was today. Oh, really? Wow. I didn't know. On some larger things, though, that might definitely be beneficial. So that's freaking cool. Because there's a lot of things, especially buying storage units where you're selling like the most random, like us, we sell the most random things. Like somebody that sells like, cards or coins where everything's small and confined. That's one thing. Like with us buying storage units, one day I'm selling comics, one day I'm selling mini appliances, one day I'm selling cards. Like getting rid of the flat rates is going to suck, man. I hate that they're getting rid of the flat rates next month because Like when I find tons of sports cards, I will literally fill up like an entire medium flat rate box and just sell them. And you know how much more it's going to cost buyers and shipping now once they get rid of the flat rates? I don't know. I think it's going to help. It's going to help. What's the word I'm looking at? It's going to help them. It's going to help the post office, and that's about it. I don't think it helps anybody else. To me, it feels like Whatnot's not going to make as much money, and it's going to help. It's going to hurt sellers too. So, and it's going to hurt buyers because they're going to have to pay more for shipping. It seems like everyone's losing except for the post office with the flat rates going away. Thank you, Deborah. Hey, I'm en route to a store to search for an item that is sold. That's one of the reasons I like to keep stuff in house right there, dude. This heat has been brutal. Can you pay? I'm going to have to pass. I'm going to have to pass, especially being in California. It's crazy. Let's see. That's because I buy a lot of the cheap units. I do. I buy a lot of cheap ones because they have the most interesting stories. They really do. Like some of the little $200 and $300 units, they have such random backstories to them. Like the two we filmed today, we bought 2 units, 2 small ones to do a video, my unit versus Amber's unit. The one I paid $274. The other one I bought for $30. I haven't bought a $30 unit in I can't even tell you how many years. Usually if there's one tote in the unit nowadays, it's still going for $150, $200. And I can't believe I got it for $30. I was like, what is happening here? I'm not complaining, but what the heck is happening? But yeah, it's been literal years since I got a unit that cheap. Yeah, no, I agree with that, I guess. Over long term. See you, we're out. Let's go. I don't rush into anything. I check it before I commit. Go away for post. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about for Whatnot. But I say I use a lot of flat rates, man. I use a lot of flat rates for Whatnot. So it's gonna suck. But I think the only reason they're getting rid of them is because of how cheap, they were being used for on Whatnot. Being able to ship a large flat rate box for $9 they were probably just getting burned. And then after this much time, they're just like, screw this, I feel like. So, I mean, I guess I get it. But it does suck for us because, like I said, I love flat rate boxes, especially as a storage buyer, because I find some random heavy stuff and I like filling stuff up. What's the most you ever made on a Whatnot day? Well, I feel like we're so not fair to compare because we usually only sell 96 lots. But I'd say the biggest one I remember was the one we did this year in California. When we were out there, that unit we bought the first day we got to California, we bought a unit and it had a bunch of gold, silver. And it wouldn't have even been this good because if I'm at home, a lot of times I'll keep gold. But I sold all the gold out of it too. I think it was like $21K, which was kind of wild because it was only an hour and a half show. So, I mean, it was pretty wild. And the unit was only $1,500. $1,500, man. It was crazy. But it wouldn't have been that, like I said, if it was at home, it wouldn't have been that good because of the gold. But me being on the other side of the country, I was like, screw it. I'm just going to sell all the gold too. Whatever. Let's see. I have to get going. But seriously, if you decide West Virginia, we're definitely thinking about it. Oh, wait. Larger than Nashville? Tons of... Oh, really? Okay. I'm not saying confirm or deny, but definitely, if you don't mind, would you send us an email at the email that's down there for the yard sales? Because that would, not having to deal with the logistical side of things, would make our life so easy. You have no idea. That would make our life so much easier. Definitely send us that and we'll see where it's located and stuff like that. That would be awesome if we decide to go that way. They do sometimes, yes, but sometimes no as well. So it just depends on the facility. Definitely depends on it. Oh, Mike, you talking about that big expensive Fred Howard one or whatever the brand is? I think I'm probably gonna put that on eBay. Usually, if something's retailing for over $1,000, I think I'll usually go to eBay. That's usually the only time. I think I've had, like I said, when I checked my eBay, I think we've sold 8 or 9 things on eBay in the last 2 years. It's really only the big items like that. Probably going to put it on eBay. Let's see. Is this multiple chats? I don't see any of the stores. Yeah, so I have it live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so I'm seeing both. What was the story on the real estate lady you mentioned? She was a criminal. She was a criminal, all right. I don't want to go into too much detail, but yeah, she was arrested for embezzling over $700,000. And I didn't even put it in the video. What's funny is I found a box of her books that she was selling, right? Like she's a published author and she had a box of her books and I showed the book on there and somebody used that book to then look her up and find her name and then did a background search on her and found out the whole story. So yeah, she was arrested in about, I think it was 2010 for embezzlement for almost $1 million. Text me if you want anything from Walmart. Oh, my phone's on silent. Hold on a second. I do want one thing from Walmart. I'm kind of addicted to those little thin pork chops right now. Okay. Do you accept private? You mean like commissions? No, we don't. We don't. Let's see. Where was I? Am I back at the bottom now? Texting. Okay, that's where I was. Sure will. Perfect. Thank you. Let's go. That would be awesome if that's what we decide to go. That would be, like I said, that's the most stressful part of running that event is just literally trying to find somebody that's willing to host it. Because it is a big thing. Maybe it won't be as big in West Virginia because it's not as populated. But like in North Carolina last year, they said that they're expecting maybe 200 and max 300 people. We had almost 1,000. It was huge. It was way bigger than they thought it was going to be. So obviously with social media, it's hard. You know what I mean? You don't really know who's going to get the message and who's not. And it's impossible to predict how many people will show up. Could be 20 people. It could be 1,000. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But at the top, no, it's actually still sitting in our blue van. I wanted to film it that day, but it kept freaking storming and the thunder was so loud. So I stopped filming. We didn't even start actually. So now it's just all in our blue van. Eventually I'm going to film it and put it on the second channel. But no, we didn't release anything with it yet. It's just been delayed. Let's see. Do a cooking with Jebus section. I don't know how to cook. I'm a horrible cook. If it's not super simple, then I can't do it. Let's see. Yeah, Grandma, love you. Hey, well, thank you, WWE. You must have a ton of guns, gold, and silver if you never sell it. I have a ton of guns. I mean, gold, like silver jewelry, I'll usually sell it. And gold jewelry, it just depends. It really does. I really don't keep it unless it's like heavy. And to be honest, I know I've sold some without even knowing it because like if it's all tangled up in a box, I'll just sell the whole box without even untangling it, like straight up. And people have told me they found like an 18K. One person told me their last show they got an 18-karat white gold necklace out of it that's scrapped for several $1,000s, and they only paid I think it was $110 for the whole bundle of jewelry. So it happens. But if it's in like a jewelry box and it's all nicely separated, that's when I'll look through it and see what I got actually. But if it's all a big jumbled mess, dude, I'm not taking the time to go through it and pick it apart, and I'll just sell it just like that and let somebody else score. I have a Barbie collection myself. Now I had one, but mine's sold now. No, I'm joking. That unit we bought earlier this year, over almost 1,000 Barbies, almost 1,000. That was crazy. That was fun, man. That was fun. I always say this, but I really wish there was a way to make positive content go viral. And it's like nobody's mastered it but like Mr. Beast. Because if I want to be able to make it do good so bad, because if I could do a video like that where I spend $1,000 and then it goes viral and makes me like $3,000, and I would just do it again. You know what I mean? It wouldn't cost me nothing. I would do it over and over and over again. Just like the Christmas event. Like last year on the Christmas event, we spent over $30,000, and it's like I can't do that many times a year because the videos are always our worst performing videos every year, like clockwork, every single year. If it's a positive video, it's gonna do bad. That's just how YouTube is, and I wish it wasn't. But I wish I could find a way to change it. Because if I could make that video go viral and make me more than I spend, I would do it multiple times a year. You know what I mean? But it just obviously I can't be spending $30K for like that video made us $1,100. I can't spend $30K to make $1,100 too many times a year. Let's see. That thing is delicious, right? Hey. Yeah, most pawn shops will tell you. Just tell them you're looking to sell it, but don't really sell it to them. I know that sounds mean, but just tell them you're looking to sell it. It says gold, and they'll test it for you and tell you. Unless you can find a good jeweler. There's like a jewelry shop by us that a guy owns it, but his wife, I think, went to school with Amber. So we kind of just they're cool with us, and it's easy. They'll check stuff for us. Let's see. No, not that I've never heard, Georgia. That would be funny. That would be funny. Yeah, that was really fun. I'll probably do something like that again in Christmas time. It was super fun. I had an Amazon return and they gave me the option to drop it off at FedEx. Oh, that's what they do for all of ours. Or no, UPS, sorry. They make us drop it off at UPS. Let's see. I've never watched an episode of Dragon Ball. I never missed a video. Well, thank you. The last I saw, gold and silver both plummeted like quite a bit. I want to say silver was like $55 and gold was under 4K again. Let me see. I got the little Kitco app. Oh no, gold went just back over 4K. It's at $4,017 an ounce. And silver is down to $55.83 an ounce. It's way down. Let's see. Yeah, I've seen those guns. The ones like the pawn shops use where they just point it in the air and hold it. They're like 20 grand. I thought about getting them. Like, I don't sell enough precious metal to make it worth investing in 20K for me. And plus, like, we literally have a jewelry store that'll test it for us. I'm like, why go drop 20 grand on something when I'll just put it in a pile and I'll go get a jewelry store to test it for me. I don't got to pay nothing. They're super cool. So it's good to have friends in the right places, I guess. Let's see. Where are we at now? If there was a human poo on a box, would I open it? No, I'm out, man. I'm abandoning that one and I'm taking the ban right there. There's only been one unit in my entire 8 years. It was like so gross that I straight up told the facility I'm not cleaning it. And they were like, that means you don't get your deposit back or your money back. And I'm like, that's cool. That's perfectly fine with me. I'm not doing it. And it was one that had the door stuck. It was the door stuck, closed, right? And right when we opened it, soon as you opened it, like you can only open it this much. Soon as we opened it, 2 mice come out of the unit, run out. And then I pulled like 3 things out. The first thing I pulled out, it was a game controller, but the mouse had died on the wire. And it was just, all that was left was a skeleton of the mouse. And then I tossed that out. And then we pulled out a bag. And inside the bag was just roaches. And I was like, yep, I'm out. You can have it. And they're like, you don't get your money or your deposit back. I'm like, that's cool. Keep it. It's all you. Go ahead. Because like the door was stuck. So in order to get it open, I was going to have to basically crawl under there. And I'm like, if you think I'm crawling in here with thousands of roaches and mice, you can kiss my rear end. You can have the money. I'm not going in there. Let's see. Do they acid test? If they do, yeah, they acid test and they have the magnet test and they have a machine, not the gun, but it was like one of those. I don't know what it is. You put it on a machine and then it beams into it and it tells you what percentage it is. Or like if it's marked 14K, you put a setting on the machine at 14K and you put it in there. And if I forget what the machine's called, and it balances in the middle if it's actually 14K, that kind of thing. Are you going to do that with the current unit? No, I'm going to get that one cleaned out. I'm going to hire junk removal to clean it out. Yeah, that was horrible. That was the only time I ever abandoned. I was like, I'm not crawling in there, crawling into the roach and rat infested thing. I was like, no way. Have you ever found a diamond tester in a unit? No, I never found one in a unit, but we have one. We ordered one a while ago. So I do have one. They're not expensive, actually. They're pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure you can get them off Amazon for like $30 or something. They're just like the little one you just hold to it and look for the beeps and stuff. They're not expensive at all. And I feel like they would think they are, but they're really not. Yeah, they're like, I want to say they're closer to 2K, but still really like just overpriced. Well, yeah, that's another guy I've been subscribed to forever. I love Juan's videos, man. I've been subscribed to him forever. Same with Steven Shapiro on YouTube. He's kind of moved to. They both kind of started doing pranks, but then they kind of went to, doing the good deeds, and his go viral too. They're both good. They figured it out. If you have a 10K gold ring with a ruby stone, if the gold's real, it's pretty good likelihood the stone's going to be real too. But again, you'd have to get it looked at, but I would assume if the gold, because what's more likely to be faked is the gold, I would assume. What kind of things do you keep out of lockers besides guns? Dude, not much. Not much. Let me text Amber really quick. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. What the heck? My phone just no. Okay. What kind of things do you keep in locker besides guns? Dude, not much. Candles. If it's new, we'll keep like paper towels, those kind of things, like just simple around the house stuff. Trash bags. Oh my gosh, when I find black trash bags, that's like finding gold. Because we go through so many of those things buying units, man. I love finding a roll of black trash bags. I feel like I'll get more excited finding a roll of black trash bags than some things that actually have pretty substantial value. Just because it's like, yeah, I don't have to spend money on it now. Yeah, we have a ring sizer. When we run them, we usually will put them on the ring sizer. It just depends on how much of a rush we're in that week. If sometimes they've been listed if we have time, but if it's like we're in a rush busy week, then we'll do the sizing as we sell them. So it just depends on the week. We've done both, but we have a ring sizer during the lives. Let's see, where are we at? Tell Amber I said hi. I will. What's up, Mr. Red Raider 777? Hey, I've actually caught back up with the chat. Let's go. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna place my order. We're gonna order us some Buffalo Wild Wing DoorDash here. Let's go. Dude, if you remember the COVID time, like I remember it was so fun. We made a whole video in 2020 when we were in California just because of how crazy it was trying to find toilet paper. I thought it was funny. We were just going to like all the stores in the middle of COVID, looking at all the like this things that are all out of stock and everything was gone. It was crazy time. It was so weird. I'm like, what are we doing as a society? I thought we were civilized. You do not need 800 rolls of toilet paper. You'll be okay. Go buy a bidet. Let's see. Dang, that's crazy, Justin. Everyone is at right here right now from Ireland. Hey. Well, thank you for watching still. Do you recycle when you're getting rid of trash? From storage units, dude, we throw it all in a dump. I can't even pretend that we don't. But like our household trash, yeah. But like the storage units, no, we just throw everything. They all go out of it. They just get thrown out. Did you go through the 2 unit? Yeah, we won those 2 units today. One of them, horrible. One of them, great. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you, but you'll see. COVID toilet paper crisis. Wasn't that wild? What's up with Tuesday's Whatnot show? Yeah. It's going to be in Sunday's video. There was some jewelry in that big unit. So what's funny is I haven't even got a chance to finish filming it. It was so hot on Thursday when we went to film. We just separated the crap and the good stuff and brought it all home. But yeah, there was a box full. We're going to go see how it looks later. We'll probably film it tonight, maybe when Broly goes to sleep or tomorrow. But yeah, there's a lot of jewelry in there. Are you going to homeschool Broly? Oh, yeah, no, we're homeschooling, dude. I've always kind of been anti the school system, but the more time goes on, it's become stronger and stronger. I really am against it in a lot of ways for a lot of reasons. No offense to anyone that trusts it. I mean, everyone's different, but I'm just not for me. Dude, it was crazy, right? $78 for a box of TP. Selling, dude, the hand sanitizer flippers, man. You remember people that were buying up all the hand sanitizer and putting it on eBay? That thing was crazy, man. How do others get away with running your videos? Well, on YouTube, they won't. On YouTube, I'll get a notification that somebody's using my video, and I'll strike them right away. I'll take them down. I don't let them do it on YouTube. On Facebook, I just straight let them because at the end of the day, it's like they have an AI system that lets them know it's yours, and they'll monetize it on your behalf. So I'm like, what's the point of going in and taking them down? I just let them do it, and I monetize it. And if it happens to go viral on this channel, it's just more free money for me. That's the way I look at it. You save metal pots? No, I never did the scrapping thing. Never have. We just usually put them in our yard sale. Well, welcome, Donna. Let's go. Way to go on homeschooling. Yeah, it's gotten too weird for a lot of ways, man. A lot of different ways. No, I agree. There's just, back in the day, I would get why it'd be a little more difficult. But now with the internet, dude, it's a different world. You know what I mean? It's a different world. Yeah, well, because the first half is a really niche audience, right? It's for people that are basically into, the brands, the clothing, the high-end stuff, which I mean, I myself am not at all. So it's hard for me. It's not interesting to me either, but a lot of people are. And those videos do seem to do well for us. So I get it. If you're not into that kind of stuff, which a lot of people probably aren't, probably didn't find it too fun. It's still we're still paying the rent on it because we haven't, cleaned it out yet. You remember when people are buying face masks? Gosh, don't bring me back to that era. Don't bring me back to that era. People got so mad at me because like when they forced it, I wore a mask that said, "This mask is as useless as my governor forcing me to wear it." And people got so mad at me. Oh, I hated that era. Gosh, don't bring me back to that. So frustrating. I bet you it's an old COVID unit. It's probably all expired. I know, right? What time is it here? It's 8:30 here. Yeah, exactly. We get to spend more time and we get to instill, your values as a person in a family into your kids, which are wildly different than what I see a lot in public schooling system. I share all your videos on Facebook every time I see one. Hey, let's go, sunshine. Thank you. See you, Bobby. Broly, but he is. Let's see. Dang, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Freedom of speech. I feel like we don't have it sometimes anymore. When you and Broly are DBZ battling, Michelle's favorite characters to play. So he doesn't actually like pick a particular character. He just likes to do random moves, Kamehameha, special beam cannon, whatever like that. So I guess it depends on whose move he's doing. But recently, for some reason, I don't know why he likes to be Vegeta and wants me to be Nappa. That's where he got his Halloween idea from. I don't know where it came from, but that's what we're doing on Halloween now. We're gonna be Vegeta and Nappa. So looking forward to it. Hold on a second. Where are we at? Okay. Food is on the way. I guess when our food gets here, I'll probably hop off this live. So probably another 20, 30 minutes or so because Buffalo Wild Wings is kind of slow. Enjoy your videos. Thank you. Dude, this COVID's made a lot of crazy units, huh? Hey. Well, thank you for watching them. We appreciate it. Neither. I say all. That's why I don't like to talk about politics, dude. I think they're all, no matter what side you're on, they're all kind of just crooks, personally. Do you find somebody to make the costume? Yeah, I got somebody making the Nappa armor for me. So he was actually, funny enough, if you were here for our live stream last week, he was talking to us in here because they custom make the Saiyan pods too, like life size. He was asking me if I wanted that, and we started talking. And I told him the idea for Halloween, and he was like, "Yeah, they make Saiyan armor." So I was like, "Dude, can you make me Nappa armor?" And he's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Let's go." So I'm getting the entire Nappa thing made: his boots, his armor, and his little whatever you call the wristband things. So it's gonna be funny. Yeah, we have fun. We do that pretty much every night. He's a little treasure hunter already, huh? Cyber school. That's cool. Earlier in 2-year plan. Yeah, it's fun. We like to have fun. We do. That's one of my biggest reasons now, especially as a dad, working for myself. The ability to be home every day is so different. So different. Let's see. We can't sell mystery things on Whatnot, or I would. I wish I could, because I would. Biggest advice for buying your first unit, your first one, start small because it's more work than it looks like. Profile the unit. Make sure you don't see no signs of mice for one. No chew-through boxes, no mouse crap, any of that. So yeah, and profiling is important. Like I said, start small and start cheap. You don't got to go in and start your first one with a $2,000 10x15 because a lot of people are going to be overwhelmed. Build your way up. That'd be the best advice I can give you, because like on YouTube and TV, make it look easy and it's quick. It's not. It's a tedious process behind the scenes. It takes a lot of time. Let's see. America's Got Talent. Let's see. Come to Most of the Lives. Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. What happened to the storage unit you got that was not like the picture shown? Nothing really. They just refunded us and that's it. Kind of sucks. No coughing or sneezing in public 2020. 6 feet, man. 6 feet. Back up. Since you live in the country, what are you going to do with the costumes? Where do you go? Oh, we go to my aunt's neighborhood. She lives like 15 minutes from us, but she lives in a more normal, like neighborhood. It has lots of houses and lots of people that set up and do things for Halloween. So we go over there. Yeah, our street's basically only like 20 houses, and it's like everyone lives so far off the main road. I feel like you would get a cardio workout. But yeah, we go to my aunt's. Well, thank you. We'll be teaching the teacher. Yeah, see that's part of my fear because that was my experience. I went through the public school system myself, like from preschool all the way through college, like all the way. And that's how I felt most of the time. It was just boring, man. Because like when you go to public schooling, you just have too many kids. Like there's 30 kids in a class. Some of them are gonna learn whatever you're teaching in 10 seconds and it's gonna be easy. Some of them are gonna take a week to get it, and you can't make it work. It's too different. People are just too different. It's hard. It just really is. It's like a impossible challenge, basically. You can't slow down enough for the kids that need the help, and you can't speed up enough for the kids that are advanced. It's an impossible thing to do, in my opinion. Gotta run. See ya, Joy. Are you going to Florida? Like I said, I want to go to Florida. I just don't know when we're gonna do it, but I definitely want to eventually. Because yeah, it was fun last time. It's just like I said, we've just traveled so much, and we're about to be gone for another month, so I just don't know when we're gonna do it. Dumps, definitely, but truck and trailer, I've been doing it 8 years. I've never had a trailer. Never had a trailer once. We just have a pickup truck and a Sprinter van, so you don't need it. I just don't like driving with like something attached to it. I know most people that do this have a trailer, but for me, it's like I don't know what it is. I just have like a fear of it detaching on like a highway or something, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with the anxiety of it. That's all right. Auction will be on for a little bit longer. Let's see. Oh, dude, there's lots of reasons. I get these comments a lot of people are saying they're like, that unit wasn't owned by somebody rich. Like, it's never not just having money. Somebody could go to jail. They can't pay for it no more if you're in jail. Somebody could die, obviously. If you die and the family doesn't know about it or the family doesn't want to deal with it, it goes to auction. You could do something as simply as update your credit card. Like you get a new card and you forget to go into the storage company and update your form of payment. 3 months, lien, gone. You could, a hospital visit. There's so many different ways that a unit could be lost. I think a lot of it comes down to errors and a lot of it comes down to screw ups more so than just not having the money. Let's see. Thank you. I'm not going to say that name, but thank you. Let's see. I'm a troll. I really am. I can't help it. I am, but I'm glad you find it entertaining. A lot of people think they're entertaining. I find it so funny. Like I said in the show, straight up, I run my own business, but I don't have a professional bone in my body. I'm the most unprofessional human being on earth, dude. None of this professionalism works with me. One of the biggest things that drew me away from like the typical office corporate 9-to-5 world is just this fake professionalism thing. Like, why do we all have to put on this act? We're all aware that none of us are actually like this. None of us want to be like this. Why do we have to all pretend? Like, you know what I mean? I have no professionalism in my body. It's definitely both. I think that YouTube definitely rewards consistency, but also I'll just stay up. If I have to just not sleep for 2 days, I'll just do it. It takes me like a lot of time to edit the videos. Usually I'd say most videos like around 5 or 6 hours on the main channel. Our second channel, it only takes me 20, 30 minutes. They're quick. But on the main channel, it usually takes me 5 or 6 hours for an average video. Sometimes more than that if it's a longer one. Like the one I put out Wednesday, I probably put 12 hours into that, but it was an hour-long video. So I think you got to edit them well. But more importantly than the actual editing is just the flow of things. I guess that comes into editing as well. But just like cutting the dead parts, cutting the silences out, and kind of keeping I think the running total for ours helps a lot because it kind of helps the story progress as you get further into it. I guess more so the storytelling elements than the actual video editing itself. Nice. I hated public school. I tried tutoring a classmate. Yeah, dude, it's just different people, different things, right? It's just everyone's good at different things. Like for me, math, anything to do with like actual like logic, I was always so far. Like it was so easy to me. Never had to try, never studied, always got A's. It was no effort. That's how math was to me. But something like for Spanish, for example, I failed Spanish 2 as a sophomore. I'm not good at memorization. Like I'm not good at memorization whatsoever. I don't remember things. If I don't care about it, I don't remember it. It doesn't stick in my head. No matter how many times I read it, if I don't care, it's gone. But if like for me, math just makes sense. Like I'm a good problem solver. You know what I mean? I can just solve problems. But as far as memorization goes, no. If I'm not interested in it, in one ear, out the other, 2 seconds later, I don't care. That's really what it is. See ya, Paul. What's up? Can you say hi to our daughter? What's up, Holly? Just got out of the hospital. Hey, glad you're okay. Glad you're out. Thanks for watching. Let's go, Holly. Watching your videos and whatnot. Knowing you drop videos frequently. I don't know how you do it all. I mean, well, with whatnot, to be honest with you, like I'm pretty phased out of it. The only part of whatnot I'm actually involved in with this time nowadays is sometimes setting up the show and then actually being live. Like my mom does all the listing. They are putting the stuff up ahead of time. She takes all the pictures and gets it listed. Then usually it's her and Amber that do the packing. Like last night I helped because last night was like, we had a lot of fragile stuff. So it took a long time. So I helped pack last night, but usually I'm just involved with the actual live, but all the editing and all the video, I do all of it. I make every single video from scratch. I edit every single video. I make every single thumbnail. I do every single title. That's all me. That's what I love to do. Thank you, Dennis. Why do you only buy units that have a lien on it? Because I don't want, somebody's leftover stuff. A lot of times manager specials aren't going to have like the big things in it. That's what I do it for. It all comes down to what you do it for. You know what I mean? Like some people, if I see $800 in there and they can get it for $400, they'll double their money. They're just happy with it. That's cool. That's their way of doing it. I want the craziness. I want to find the gold. I want to find the gun. I want to find the money. I want to find the big unexpected thing in the box all the way in the back. And realistically, that's not going to happen with a manager special mostly. Manager special is pretty much somebody just willingly gives it up. And they're not going to, if they have $10,000 in gold, they're not just going to willingly give it up. It's pretty much just the stuff they don't want to deal with. Let's see. Thank you, Dave. Exactly. I agree with you, Rachel. 100%. 100%. Is it flat rate when you take a load? In our area, yes. It doesn't go by weight. It's crazy. It was $7. They just recently raised it to $9, but still $9. I can fill up our entire 15-foot Sprinter van, like from the front to the back, all the way to the ceiling. $9 gets rid of everything, and it's $9 a vehicle. So, like the other day when that one unit had a lot of trash, we had our Sprinter completely full of trash and the pickup truck completely full of trash. It was $18, and it got rid of everything. I hope you're able to make it here one day. They are fun. They are fun. Well, thank you, Gary. I had a person it was like a week ago. You guys know I'm kind of socially awkward. So I'm socially awkward people, when people compliment you, it kind of makes you feel uncomfortable. That's how I feel. But I read something some lady posted on her Facebook the other day, and it was like probably the best thing I read somebody say to me. They were like, she said, you guys are so normal and down to earth. I think it flies over people's head how successful you've actually become. And I was just like, that was like the craziest thing I've ever read somebody say to me. Because I'm like, I guess I don't see myself as nothing besides a normal guy. You know what I mean? But like 1 million subscribers is crazy. It really is, from like a YouTube side of thing. And I look at it and I'm like, that's crazy. Because I mean, only the top less than 1% get to 100K, and less than 10% of the 1% get to 1 million. So it's like, really are like, pretty big on YouTube. And I just sit back and think of it. I'm just like, this is wild, actually. Well, I don't know why so many people got to be such a-holes when they become successful. Like, why do you got to think you're better than people just because you start doing good? It's just like, I don't know. People are a-holes, man. That's why I'm antisocial. So I don't talk to a lot of people. Hey, let's go. That was quick then, actually, from Monday to Friday. That's good. Was it in your plans to have your family working for you? No, it wasn't hard to get them on board. At first, okay, so I'll say like this. David was more on board at first than my mom was, because she just kind of worked a normal job her whole life. Well, he did too, but he was working in DC. So he had to drive like basically 2 hours in traffic every single day and back. So He was on board quicker than she was. But yeah, once we got him there, it was pretty easy. Once we actually presented it for real, it was pretty good. But I mean, I think that comes back to the social thing that I'm so untrusting of most people that I feel like I couldn't hire a normal job would just hire a stranger. I couldn't do that, especially because like we run our business out of our house. I'm not having a stranger be in here. No way. Dude, I've never been diagnosed, but I've been saying this for years. Because if you read about like the symptoms of Asperger's, it sounds like somebody's defining my personality. Every aspect of it. Socially awkward, don't care about most things, but the things I do care about, it's not a little bit. It is hyper obsession to a level most people don't comprehend. So it's like I definitely believe it's true. I think it's true. I've just never been to a doctor to actually be diagnosed. And I don't want to, because all the doctors are going to do is be like, oh, here's a medicine. I'm like, no, I don't want your medicine. I don't want no freaking medication. I like my brain most of the time. Let's see. I hated English when we had a English, I'm split on because I liked writing. I like storytelling, but I didn't like literature. I hate reading. Most books I'm just not interested in. So it's like I liked the writing side of it, didn't care for the literature side of it. So I was kind of split on English. Yeah, dude, videos take a long time. People don't realize that. People think that like you just go film it and then it goes on YouTube. No, man, it takes a long time. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it. You look tired. I feel like I'm not really tired. I feel like my body just doesn't, I don't sleep much. I really don't. But I don't feel tired. That's my problem is like people say you need to sleep more. I'm the type of guy that like I can lay in bed for 6 hours in pitch black, no phone, no TV, no nothing, and just not fall asleep. So I really have to not lay down until I am on the brink of passing out exhausted. And that takes a long time for me. It really does. I'm the type of person that could very easily go on, 2 or 3 hours of sleep a day for months or a year at a time and be okay. To me, I did it. I did that for like almost 2 years. I slept for an average of 2 or 3 hours. Wouldn't recommend it, but guess what? It worked. Dang, that's what's up. That's a DLR dump is 40. Yeah, no, it was high in California too, man. It was high. 1.15 million. That's right. Actually, oh, we're almost at 1.16. We're at 1,159,013. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see. Where are you? Your videos are the best. Thank you. You get us in a unit through the merchandise out in an interesting, pleasant manner. Thank you. See, that's again, I think that's because we're using it as actual content. Like I'm trying to make actual content. I think a lot of sellers, I'm not saying this in a negative way at all. A lot of sellers see YouTube and content as basically marketing to sell the products and not its own thing. To me, content is the thing. Whatever I sell out of the unit, just cool. I'm really doing it. I'm really chasing after the good content. Let's see. Thought that was DoorDash, but it wasn't. Shocks me that you say Christmas and yard sale. They do. Well, the last yard sale, of course, did really good. But why did it do really good? Because somebody called the cops. It's negativity and drama, man. It really is. I don't know why. I don't know why the internet loves drama and negativity. I really don't. And I hate that it's like that. I really do. If I could just make videos about positivity and everybody would click and do good, you know how happy that would make me? But it's not the real world, unfortunately. It's just not the world we live in. Do you mean like a vacation? Dude, not really. Like we go out sometimes, but it's like, I'm still looking at units. It's what I do for fun. So it's hard to step away from it because everybody's like, go do something you enjoy. And I'm like, this is what I enjoy. I said this last time, if somebody offered me a fully paid resort stay at the Bahamas, I'd rather, or you offer me, do you want to go to some small country town in the mountains and look at thrift stores and yard sales? B's like 100 times more fun to me. This is what I do for fun. I love it. I love the hunting. I love the searching. I just really love it. Dude, right? That's how I feel. I feel retired, man. I really do. Even though I work a lot, so that feels like stupid to say, but it's like I feel retired because I feel like retirement is I can do whatever I want, whenever I want kind of thing. And that's how I feel now. And I'm only 32, but I feel like that because I do what I enjoy every day. No, Joy, no. I don't want to do anything that's like brick and mortar. So it's kind of been like I like the travel aspect of it more than anything else. Let's see. I'm a special ed teacher. I see something. Also, the strong math computer skills. Yeah, no, definitely. That's always been my easy thing. That's why when I went to college for computer science back then because I took the class accidentally. Literally, I took it accidentally. I took a web development and media class the year before, and I thought computer science was like the next level of that. I had no idea it was like coding and stuff, and it was so simple to me. Like it just made so much sense, and it was so easy to me. And this was back then where computer science was like really in demand before AI pretty much killed it. So that's me. I took AP. I got all A's in AP computer science with no effort, but then I failed basic Spanish too. I can't even say I tried. I'd be lying. But I failed Spanish too, but I got all A's in AP computer science. Let's see. Where am I at? That's nice. Let's go. Sometimes I feel like no, that's okay. I appreciate that though, but it's okay. Like the way we do it now, it just works for us. A lot of people they think we're crazy because we put out so much valuable things at the yard sale instead of selling it, which I get where you're coming from. But part of me, like, I enjoy the yard sale so much. Like, I love when people find crazy stuff. Like one time, if I would have found it, I would have sold it. At the bottom of just all kitchen stuff, somebody found a sterling silverware set, 16 pieces at our yard sale. And they're like, "Is this really $1?" And I'm like, "Well, it is. You found it out there. It's $1." I like seeing the excitement on people's faces, man. People show up there like it's like a whole event. It's not just a yard sale. You know what I mean? It's like a whole event. It's like a whole thing people plan road trips for, and it's so cool to me. It really is. Thank you. Yeah, it takes. You definitely got to spend a lot of time learning the system, as I would put it, the YouTube system, studying the data. Definitely. I guess that goes back to my love for math and numbers, why it came easy to me, because YouTube is a lot of reading numbers and studying data. Let's see. That sounds peaceful. Next road trip is next month. Next month. Let's see. Thank you. I don't know really. We watch YouTube, but we don't really do much besides traveling. I'd say traveling, but when she was growing up, she was a big sports person. She played softball her whole life. So we're different in that. I played sports my whole life too, but not to that degree. I kind of did it as a hobby, where video games were like my favorite thing to do as a kid, where it was everything. I'm in my early 40s and still trying to find out what I enjoy in life. Dude, that's where I'm lucky. Like, I hate when people say like you're lucky to the fact like the business has grown. I don't agree with that. That's been a lot of effort and hard work. Where I was lucky at is one, I found what I really loved and was passionate about really, really young, like as a teenager. And that you can't put a price on that, because exactly what you're saying is a story I've read so many times from people. They just try to find whatever the thing is, you know what I mean? Whatever the thing is that'll make you happy. Hold on a second. Let me check the DoorDash really quick, see if it's on its way yet. Because I want to go. Whenever our food gets here, I'm gonna go upstairs. But come on, Lo. But that is where I would agree with people that are like, yes, I got really lucky there. Because I found it earlier and I was just hyper obsessed over it. What the heck? It just signed me into an old account. What are you doing, DoorDash? What are you doing? Okay, I can't even check it. I'm just gonna have to wait to her to message me. Have you ever seen a computer that operates in DOS? No, not exactly. My son was diagnosed with Asperger. He has the same symptoms as you, high functioning Asperger's. When it comes to something that I'm interested in, dude, that is me 100%. That is so strongly me. If I'm into it, I will obsess over it to a level most people don't comprehend. But if I don't have any interest in it, I'll forget it 3 minutes later. That's me so strongly. So strongly. Let's see. Yeah, no, I get it. That's definitely where I say I'm really lucky, because I found it early. But I've always had a wrist. Like, I've always just been into business. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the way I was born. Like I said, I was flipping candy in middle school. I was writing papers in high school. I was selling bumper stickers in high school. I've always just been like that. Always. When are you uploading a new storage video? Sunday, every Wednesday. That's the plan. Unless something happens, that's pretty much our schedule. Nice, Trish. I love when you showed us the breakdown of the Millionaire Locker. It's interesting because I feel like a lot of people, especially like the older generation that didn't grow up with YouTube, they have no idea how big YouTube is. Because like for me, like it started in what 05, 06. That was like right in the middle of my childhood. So I've grown up with it. I know everything about it. I know how much money you can make off it. I know how crazy it can get. Well, a lot of people have no idea how big YouTube can be and how much of an income just video content can be. It's still so new. Like even like I found like when we first really started making good money, like trying to find accountants that were even able to work with us was so difficult because they don't understand the business. It's still so new. We went through like I think we talked to like 4 different accountant firms before we finally felt comfortable with somebody back then because it's so new. Let's see. You guys found an Eastern. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Brittany. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know, but I think Asperger's is a form of autism. I'm not really skilled in it, but I think that's the case. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go. Thank you, Luis. Let's see. I had a kid very young. Wife was cheating. Yeah. See, yeah, stuff like that. That's another aspect where I was lucky, where literally I've been in one relationship my whole life. Amber, she was the first girlfriend I ever had in high school, and we're 32 now. So, and I got lucky and stuff like that, man. I have agoraphobia on it, a large list. Well, thank you. What is that? Hold on a second. Hold on. What is it? Why do I keep getting notifications, man? What is that? Hold on 1 second. All right. I was about to say now. It's very peaceful here. Chickens are the noisiest thing. Yeah, like I said, I grew up in Alexandria, Virginia, which if you never heard of it, look it up, man. Northern Virginia area is insane. I feel like people that aren't from the area, when you hear Virginia, you're thinking of like Shenandoah and Luray and all the beautiful areas of Virginia. Northern Virginia is a overpopulated, over-congested, just hate it. Hate it. Wow, you're correct. Okay. If someone was to watch one of your YouTube every day, does it give you? Yeah, no. If you watch anytime you watch a video, if you watch it 10 times in a row, it counts the same as it did if you watched it, 10 different ones. Let's see. The food, yeah, it's not here yet. No, it's not even here. I'm not even getting notifications. I'm getting text notifications in a group chat. Let's see. When I was young, adding machines are not electric. See, we had computers in my elementary school, so I grew up on the internet and I grew up with YouTube. So it's just, that's another thing. I mean, this world's 4.6 billion years old, and I just happened to be born in the time period YouTube was here and when it was in its baby stages. That's pretty unlikely, statistically speaking. When I was young, let's see. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I have no idea. They change it all the time, all the way. I'm telling you, the whole medical world, they just change everything to some way they can find medicate you. That's what it is to me. They just feel like they want to medicate you. They just want to sell you some medicine. Good night from Norway. Good night. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. Time to get off my phone. That's me at 2:57 a.m. too. Don't worry. I'm the same way. Let's see. I troll your old videos all the time. I have a lot on. How many videos do we have on this channel now? It's got to be over 1,000, right? I don't know. Where can you even see the exact number of videos you have? You would think I know this kind of stuff, but I don't. We have 1,471 videos, 1,400 on this channel. I don't know how many the second channel has, but it's a lot. Let's see. Where was I at? Hello from Kentucky. Hello from Virginia. It is hot here too. I hope you're enjoying your Friday. Yep, very much so. See ya. There's a new medication every 15 minutes. Dude, that's why I'm so untrusting. I was talking about this in the Jebus family the other day. Like one of my biggest issues is I have like terrible, terrible health anxiety sometimes. It comes in waves. But when it hits me, like I'm convincing myself that like I'm gonna die, something needs to get checked, and there's never anything wrong. But it's like everybody's like, you should try the medication. I'm like, no, I don't want to try no medication. I don't trust medicine. I'm one of those weird people. I don't trust medication. I really don't. It scares me. And I've seen too many people that use like anxiety medicine, and it does weird things to you. I'd rather just deal with it when it hits me, get it over with, and go back to being normal and not have to take any medicine about it. I'm weird about it. What's up, Carla? You ever thought about bidding on full estates? No, I didn't even know that was a thing. To be honest with you, I didn't even know they did that. Let's see. What's up, Michaela? Yeah. Want to have in lived in Alexandria in the early 70s. I hope you didn't know my family. They weren't the best people out there. I hope you didn't know anybody in Alexandria in the 70s with the last name McDaniel. If you do, I'm sorry. Love watching your channel, Jebus. Hey, thank you, Fran. Let's see. Hello from Missouri. Ted, good evening from Chicago. What's going on from Virginia? What is up? Yeah, I come from a quite wild family. If I could even sit on here and start to tell you the history of some of the crazy things in our family, you guys would be like, what in the flying fudge? Pretty wild people. I'll say that. That's as far as I'm going to say. I don't need to go into details. I still miss old Cartoon Network shows. I grew up watching Kids Next Door, 2003, Teen Titans. Dude, that was the era. That was the era. Ed, Edd and Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory, Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo. That was the era to grow up in with Cartoon Network. It was the best. You have found what you love and found out how to get paid for it. Yeah, exactly. Win-win. 100%. I've never seen that, but I know that happened. I didn't know like they bid. We have a friend, they're not really, I guess, a friend, an acquaintance that they buy out of states like that, but they only deal with selling furniture. That's where when we do our jewelry, whatnot auctions, that's where we get all our jewelry from them. They clean out of states, but they only really deal in like the furniture and bigger items. So small things, we'll just buy them in bulk and sell them or whatnot. Do you accept private message? I don't really have private messages on any platform, if I'm being honest with you. Just comments. Phoenix, Arizona in the house. Vote. Don't forget Samurai Jack, dude. The best intro song of all Cartoon Network, right? Dun, 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 dun. Jack, 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 Jack. That was the best intro song ever. You are functioning at a healthy, happy level regarding. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't try any medication unless it was like a life or death thing. That's the only way somebody's going to get me to take some medicine. And besides, I'm not talking about like an ibuprofen because I have a headache. I'm talking about, like something for real. It's going to have to be super serious. I see a therapist once a week. He said I could write a book. Dude, if I talked about our family, he would be like, it was like a movie. I just found an old Johnny Bravo Funko. Nice. I have one I forgot where I got it, but I got one too. It might have been from a storage unit a while back as well. I have the whole Ed, Edd and Eddy set. I have Courage. I have Johnny Bravo. I have Dexter and Dee Dee. I'm trying to think what else. I have a few other Cartoon Network ones too. Hello from Japan. Love your channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you ever go to estate sales? Not really. Not really. I used to back in the day, but like at least in our area, I know it's not everywhere. The estate sales are basically just people selling used stuff at retail prices. It's just that pricing was insane when I went there. I mean, if it's $400 on eBay, they wanted $400 in person. And I'm just like, there's no point in this. If I wanted to order it for that price, I could just get it shipped to my house and not have to stand in a line and wait out in the blistering hot. My family was pretty low life. Yeah, dude. I mean, my family. I could definitely write you a book. I could definitely write you a documentary. That's for sure. Freaking police probably knew half of them by name for sure. I'll say that. I love the original Dragon. Oh, the Rock the Dragon one? Dude, Rock the Dragon. Broly loves that song now too. He sings Rock the Dragon. Dragon, Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. If you do, I'm sorry, John. My son loved the Thundercats. I never actually watched that. I remember seeing it, but I never actually watched it. Pretty much, Carrie. Pretty much, right? If you're not just absolutely boring and normal, they say you have some mental diagnosis. It's like if you're not this NPC they've created and there's something wrong with you. And like, no, how about just people are different? We need all types to make the world go round. I remember, I never actually watched this show, but I remember the name. I do remember that. Nice. Hello from South Carolina. What's going on? Yeah, that's the best intro they had. That's the best Dragon Ball intro for sure. Courage the Cowardly Dog. I loved Courage, man. Courage was probably my Ed and Eddie was my favorite like cartoon, not counting anime. That was my favorite cartoon, but I would say Courage is number 2. A top 3: Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory. Those 3 were the best. Absolute best. Nice username. But not much, man. Just out here chatting live, waiting for some dinner to get delivered, and I'm gonna go eat. You ever out here? All right. We go to Vegas every now and then. What's up, Lisa from Ohio? What's going on? We're all here. Let's see. Bunch of Funko at Fred Meyer's, Target. Yeah, they got a lot of Walmart too. That's nice. That is cool though. And Mojo. Mojo was the GOAT villain from the Powerpuff Girls, though. Let's be real here. The Powerpuff Girls, now that we're grown-ups, we can admit as men we watch. But as kids, we were like, I don't watch that show. I'm not watching the Powerpuff Girls. I don't know anything about Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, and Mojo, and Fuzzy Lumpkins, and him, and the Rowdy Rough Boys, and the Mayor, and the Professor. I don't watch that. I don't know anything about it. What are you talking about? But everyone secretly watched it. Good afternoon from New Zealand. What's up, David? What's up, Robert? You keep them all. I keep them all, Dave. Every single one. Well, I'm glad they help. I'm glad you enjoy them. Well, thank you. I like to hear that. I like to hear that you enjoy them. Sorry you're going through it, though. Scooby-Doo. I like Scooby-Doo, too. I did. I like Scooby-Doo, and I like a pup named Scooby-Doo. That was good, too. How about Adult Swim? Oh, yeah, I watched Adult Swim. I loved Adult Swim back in the day. Robot Chicken, man. Come on. Robot Chicken at midnight when you're in middle school. There wasn't many greater experiences. And of course, they had like Family Guy, American Dad, which were all great. Let's see. Oklahoma. What's up, Donna? I watch your shows every night. Thank you, mister. Yep. We all know it's true. Aqua Team, Hunger Force. Oh my gosh, that intro. My name is Shake. I used to love Aqua Teen Hunger Force, dude. They were hilarious. Probably one of my favorite intros on Adult Swim back in the day. Let's see. What is that right there? Okay. Rugrats. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on Nickelodeon either, man. Rugrats. Hey Arnold. Of course, SpongeBob. Rocket League. Timmy Turner. Fairly Odd Parents, man. Fairly Odd Parents is one of my favorite. Look at this. I found this in a unit years ago. I keep it on this shelf right here. Internet. I love Timmy, man. I love the Fairly Odd Parents. Before Poof. Once Poof got into it, I didn't really care for it as much. I feel like it wasn't as fun. What's up, J&J Family Finds? My name is Shake. I know, dude, don't get me into it again. Oh, man, that was goated. What about Hey Dude? What about, oh my gosh, what was Hey Dude? Why do I remember that name? I don't remember. I can't like picture the characters in my head, but I feel like I remember that name. Are you going to get a pool? Probably not. Probably not. Oh, not because it's mostly because we're just never here. And combine that with the fact that the weather is always horrible here. Like we get rain like 3 or 4 times a week. And I just feel like we're not going to get any use out of it for the price. Because to get an in-ground pool put in around here, like with a few people that quoted us, I mean, it's like between $120,000 to $150,000. And it's like, we're going to be gone for 4 months out of the year. The winter lasts half of the year already. And then during the summer, it's raining 3 or 4 days a week. I just feel like it's not worth it. But I'll never say never for sure. As of now, I'm saying it's not worth it. Let's see. What year did I finish high school? 2012. Class of 2012. Let's go. Don't ask me what year I finished college because I didn't finish. I was supposed to be class of 20. 16, but I never finished. I stayed in until like 2019 because I kept failing classes and skipping and changing majors because I didn't care about it. Kim Possible. I remember her intro was pretty fire too. Big comfy couch. Remember that scene with the clown? Liar, liar, pants on fire, hanging from a telephone wire. Oh my gosh, man. You guys are bringing me back right now. You guys are bringing me back. Yeah, we are doing good, J&J, doing good. Are you guys getting all the smoke over there too? We are getting the smoke in Virginia finally now too from those wildfires. It's been wild. Rocket Power. That's what I meant when I said Rocket League. What is Rocket League? That's what I meant when I said Rocket Power. I don't know what I meant when I said Rocket League. I don't know why I said that. I was thinking of Rocket Power. Otto, Squid, Reggie, and Twister, right? And of course, Cat Dog. I was obsessed with Cat Dog when I was a kid. I had, for some reason, when I was like 5 or 6, I had a little plush of Winslow, you know, the blue mouse, and I carried it around with me everywhere. I don't know why. Let's see. Figured on. I love all 3 of your channels. Hey, thank you. I don't know. I'm just saying. It rains a lot around here. Sometimes it rains more than that. Sometimes it rains less. We're in Virginia, but we get a lot of rain. A lot. Yeah, no, they really have. But I can't even lie. There's something about the era of like the late 90s, early 2000s where it feels like they hit like the perfect spot where it was just perfect. It was good enough, but not horrible. I don't know. It just seemed like they just perfected it there. Boom, boom, boom. Are you still going? Yeah, for a little while. We ordered some dinner. We're waiting for food to get here. When the food gets here, I'm gonna go upstairs, but we're waiting for the food to get delivered. Yeah, no, they are. And thank you, I Buy Crazy Houses. Let's go. I was class of 2013. You're younger than me. You'd have to build over the pool, make it a heated indoor pool. Yeah, then it would probably be even more. Yeah, let's see. Class of 97. Nice. I was born in 94. Yeah, I actually loved Arnold too. I really did love Arnold. I don't know why. I love the movie. Remember, they made the movie too. The movie was goated when Arnold finally finds out Helga's secret and all that. That was a good one. I feel like a lot of times when they made the movies, they weren't that great. Like the Fairly Odd Parents movie with the cupcake, I didn't think was that great. But the Channel Chasers one, when they were going into different TV shows, that's probably one of my favorite kids cartoon movies of all time. I loved that one. And I'm not biased at all because the main event was like the Mahumushi, which is Dragon Ball or nothing. Rocket League's, oh, that's right. I've seen that. I've seen clips of it. Yeah, same here. It's been we're code purple in Virginia now. What's crazy is like yesterday, you couldn't see none of it. It was nowhere. And today when you went outside, it smelled like the backyard was on fire. And it was just so foggy everywhere. Let's see. That's right. Let's go. How much did you make on the Barbie so far? So all the dolls are gone. All the model kits are gone. All that's left is comics. And we're going to blow out a whole show of comics on Wednesday. But I mean, I think it's going to be, if I had to guess right now, I haven't done the actual math. I'm going to say around between 110 and 130 for the whole unit. So it's going to be over 100K green in the green. Ren and Stimpy, dude. Ren and Stimpy's Super Nintendo game is stretched me out so much as a kid. I don't know if anyone else played the Ren and Stimpy game on Super Nintendo. And there's like this level when you're in the time machine and you got to shoot out the walls before you get to it really fast. I never beat that as a kid. I've raged at that game so much, so many times, but I loved it. Angry Beavers. Yeah, that was a good one too. When I think about them, I think about in King's Dominion. There was like, that's the big amusement park in Virginia. There was like a Nickelodeon section and they had SpongeBob in his house, the Angry Beavers house, and I forgot who else was there, but it was cool. Let's see. I'm a grandma. Too much time on our hands. Wow. Well, I'm glad you came across our videos and enjoy them. Thank you, Victoria. Spent 10K on a storage unit PA that was owned by a professional basketball player. Dang, nice. Was it online or was that a live auction? I guess for 10K it had to have been online. I feel like I've never seen 10K live. But dang, that's awesome. Let's go. Let's see. I like Rugrats. Yeah, Rugrats was awesome. Rugrats was one of my favorites. The first Rugrats movie was amazing too. I forget the name of it. The one when Dill was first born, and they have the Reptar Reptar wagon and stuff. And same with the one where Kimmy gets introduced, the Paris one. That one was great too. Rugrats was just a really good show all around. They were awesome. Thank you. We do. We love her. We love it here. During the pandemic, as a healthcare worker, I had to put my unit buying hope on hold. Yeah, I'm sure it was crazy stressful back then. Who do you think is smarter, Cosmo or Timmy's dad? Oh, man. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's like comparing a rock to a pebble. I gotta go with Cosmo. At least he can grant wishes. Timmy's dad, he just hates the Dinkelberg. Every time I think of Timmy's dad, I just think of Dinkelberg. That's all I think of when I think of him. Fun times, man. Fun times. Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine. I'm in Western Canada, which is so large, not getting, yeah, because we're like 10 and a half hours away, maybe 11 hours away from the Canadian border. So we're nowhere near it. But we are getting it pretty bad here too. Let's go. It's going to be a fun yard sale here in a little bit. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to do a breakdown of that unit when it's all said and done. All we have left, like I said, is the comics and a few books. So we're 95, 97% there. Almost done. We're almost there. What's up, Bug, in North Carolina? I'm literally bidding on units while watching. Nice. Our wings will be here in 5 minutes. Okay, in 5 minutes when I see the delivery, then I'm going to go upstairs and end this live stream. Let's see. I'm literally bidding on units while watching it. That's what's up. Boom, online. Yeah, I figured it had to have been online. I wish I would have seen it. Would it look good? Was it a shoe unit? I feel like I've seen a unit in Pennsylvania recently that was high with a bunch of shoes, but I didn't like actually look into who owned it and everything. Most I spent on a unit so far, $750. Yeah, the prices have gotten crazy. I mean, like even a decent average unit nowadays is going to be like $500. I just consider like $500 like an average unit nowadays. They've definitely gotten high. Courage the Cowardly Dog, that was definitely great. Let's see. How about Jimmy Neutron? Jimmy Neutron was goated too. The super powered mind. A mechanical K9. Bark, bark. But if real OGs remember, the real best was the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour when they crossed over, when Timmy Turner and Jimmy Neutron crossed over into each other's shows. That was the real craziest thing ever. Oh, dang. Nice. Was it a shoe one, though? Huh. I'm curious. Enjoy dinner. Thank you. I will in a few minutes. Blue ranch or cheese or ranch? Blue cheese or ranch? Definitely ranch. But I usually get garlic parmesan, and to be honest, I don't use any of them most of the time. But if I'm gonna pick, I love ranch. I hate blue cheese. Awful. Oh yeah, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I loved that show too. There wasn't a lot of like the real people shows that I liked as a kid. I liked that one. I liked Drake and Josh. And just like the Powerpuff Girls, the other one that we couldn't admit that we watched as a kid, but we all did was iCarly. Come on, we all watched iCarly. We're grown-ups now. We can admit it. Dang, okay. I feel like I might have seen it then. Because I remember seeing a big shoe one there. That's cool. That's awesome now. Hopefully, have you actually been there? Like the open, was it in boxes? Or have you actually been there to see if it was in box or not? The shoebox ones always so scare me because the chance of it being an empty box is, gosh, I'd be mad. I'd make a fun raging video though. And if he's a basketball player, maybe he's tall. So maybe if you got some size 15s on there to look cool. I need to see. Let's see. Pinky in the Brain. Codename Kids Next Door. Yes. Kids Next Door. Pinky in the Brain. Pinky in the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. He had 5 units, we bought 2. Dang, nice. Let's go. So when I was in it was so funny because it was another show. Like, you know, when you're in school, nobody's gonna admit they watch it, especially we were in high school, but we were right outside of DC. And there was one episode they shot with Michelle Obama, and they did it at our school, like at Hayfield Secondary is where it was done at. So like one day they were all in our class, like in our school. It was so weird because they didn't announce what day it was going to be. It was just one day we showed up at the school and there was like snipers and Secret Service on the roof. And we're like, what is going on? But it was because they had, Michelle there and a bunch of other people from the government and all these actors. But it was super cool. We didn't get to meet Sam or Miranda Cosgrove, but we did get to talk to Freddie. So I didn't know, like in real life, he actually did their tech too. Like the thing they were getting set up for. I was in one of my computer classes and they were having some type of issue with getting one of the things to play. So they had to bring the PowerPoint thing in there so that they can get it working. And he was the only one we actually got to talk to. But I think it was Carly, Miranda, Sam, Spencer, and Freddie there. That's his name, right? Is it Freddie? Or am I second guessing myself now? I don't know. We opened the box loaded with brand new. Hey, that's what's up. That's what I like to hear. How tall was he? Any size 15? Let's see. I think Lockernut's got a lot of dragon. Did he? That crazy auction. What was I about to say? Yeah, that is kind of wild. That's funny. We grew up watching those, man. Let's see. Is that our delivery driver? Yeah, he's dropping off our food. So 13 and 14 so far. Dang it. I've been doing this for 8 years now, and I've only found size 15 in a unit 2 times. One time they were super beat and old and they were just no good. And one time I found the pair of white Nikes I still wear to this day. Let's see. The Simpsons. I didn't really get into The Simpsons that much, but I did watch it a little bit. If you like The Simpsons, wait till you see the video they'll release on Wednesday. There may or may not have been a lot of Simpsons stuff in there. But anyway, guys, I'm about to hop off here because our food just got delivered. Your order was dropped off. Let's go. Yeah, I know. I got too big of feet. I wish I would have stopped at a 13. 13 would have been the good number to stop at because that's where you could still find shoes in store, not have to order everything. But I'm going to end this so we can go eat some dinner. Thank you guys for hanging. Thank you for chatting. And we'll do it again probably next Friday too. I like going live every Friday. It's been fun. So we'll see you.